1, 2. Testing. 1, 2. I can hear myself. You don't hear me. No, you do? It sounds okay. Testing. Here we go. The paint round. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock and roll. Here we go. Can you hear me? It's okay? Yes. Yay! It's party time. Are you going to wiggle tonight? The only thing is when you wiggle, they won't see you. When I wiggle, they're going to see me up here. Okay, I'll be quiet. Nothing like the last minute stuff that wasn't supposed to happen.
You have time to get a drink, a little snack real quick, get yourself situated on the seat. But we're going to get started here at 7 o'clock, you guys. You'll get up. Again, welcome to Art Battle National Championship here 2023 at the London Tonight. Also, guys, if you want to win, also, you guys have the right to vote on winners here. If you have not registered to vote, make sure you do so. It's at the table. And the exchange in the corner from myself, so closest to the right hand outside of the tent. So again, if you have registered to vote, you, the audience, are going to help pick the winners here. So go ahead and vote. While we get ready to get started here in 15 minutes, approximately.
Something that I
like a warm feeling towards each other, so I'll try to have more hot pinks and reds and yellows, but then turquoise is my favorite color, so it has to sneak in there too.
So in terms of battle strategy, how do you bring your inspiration from the studio and translate it into the art battle stage?
So my strategy, yeah, so lights and darks, but then like I obviously had to do it quickly and then while the paint's still wet. So, yeah.
So kind of just distilling everything.
Yeah.
Perfect. So what is your expectation going up to the stage tomorrow? Do you think it's going to feel different at all than the previous competitions that you've been in?
I do. I'm already feeling a little bit more relaxed, which I don't know if that's a good thing. It might be better to be like super nervous and like in the moment, but I'm really having a good time here. And last year, whenever I met all the other artists, like they were so wonderful, and I'm excited about all the other artists and coming together and seeing what they make. I'm super excited about that too.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Jessie. We are so excited to have you back in the Nationals.
Thank you.
Here I am.
Perfect. Hi, Ari. You are representing Michigan in the Art Battle U.S. National Championship. Congratulations. How are you feeling building up to the national competition?
Charming. I am feeling a little nervous, but I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. It's something that just has this different kind of energy, and I know that you paint a lot building off of energy and sensory input. Can you tell us a little bit about your process?
Sure. So like normally for my studio work, I actually close myself into my studio, no sound, no music, no nothing, and just kind of like unload all of the sensory input from the day, whether it be, what I see, what I hear, what I smell. And when you do the same thing every day, it kind of gets a little, you need to shake it up a bit. So I did Art Battle because I thought it'd be a neat thing to paint in a different environment. And sometimes when you force yourself into an environment that you might not like be 100% comfortable in, interesting things can happen. So apparently interesting things happened.
Well, very interesting, given that you not only won your own competition in your own city, but then came together and made it to the state level of the competition, competing against artists from different cities as well. What does it feel like coming into the nationals and joining artists from all over the country?
I get to paint again. So, I mean, I'm thrilled. I get to paint again around different people, a new environment, and I think I'm addicted to it. I just want to paint in more unique and different places and just see what interesting things can happen.
And what can our audience expect from you at the Nationals as you take the stage?
Well, one thing is don't look for me up on a easel. I'm straight down on the floor, so don't miss over me. I'm still there. But I've just always been more comfortable painting on the ground.
Perfect. Well, a massive congratulations for making it to the U.S. National Championship. And I know that I, for one, am very, very excited to see what you create. So, Ari Simeon representing Michigan. Thank you so much, Ari. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Art Battle National Championship, the 2023 U.S. National Championship. I am here with Kahala, who is representing Oakland. Congratulations, Kahala, on making it to this level of competition. What does it feel like being here for Nationals?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think it's really surreal because part of the practice of my artistry is like it's a very private and very intimate process, and so like being in a place where all of that inner work is becoming so public is like viscerally emotional and also really exciting because I do believe that it's so important for people to witness others creating and that it's a healing practice for us to be in community while we create.
I love hearing about that inspiration that you bring to the performance aspect of Art Battle and bringing that vulnerability. I think that you have such a wonderful way of bringing emotion into the canvas. How do you do that with color, form? Where's your inspiration coming from?
I don't think that there is one source of inspiration for me. I know that I've always been I have like sensory processing sensitivities, so the way that I experience the world is very intense, and ever since I was like old enough to hold a pen or pencil, like that was my way of processing and communicating, and it's like really helped me to understand others in a more, I don't know, in a more in-depth way, and my inspiration is like being a witness to all of the different like the convergences of like life and nature and community. And then that sounds pretty broad, but like I really am deeply connected to my loved ones, and they like being a witness to this like human experience and human nature through the relationships in my life and the relationships that we have in this world and as human beings in connection to like our universal order is part of what really drives me to continue to explore that.
I can really see that in your work. I really see that level of connection and humanity and interaction. I really appreciate that about your work. When you are up at the Art Battle easel, what does it feel like for you?
Well, this is just tripping me out right now because I'm like, I didn't even, like, the fact that you even know what my work looks like is crazy. But it's exciting. I kind of, when I paint, I tend to go into this space where I kind of black out, or like, it's kind of like, I'm just watching my hand moving. And so a lot of I think because so much of the creative process for artists happens beforehand, like what we see as artistry is like the execution or the product. Like that's what we're socially kind of conditioned to believe is valuable or quantifiable as artwork. But to me, like every artist or creative person is constantly working on their practice or their craft, like in the moments that they're just existing. So it's part of the way that I'm seeing the world all the time, and I just like get that one refined moment to translate it.
I love that expression, just getting that one refined moment to express it. That's such a great way to describe Art Battle, because it's such a bite-sized piece. And what are you expecting at the Nationals tomorrow?
I have no idea what to expect. I've never done anything like this before. I didn't know that something like this existed until like a year ago. That was the first time I did Art Battle. And honestly, like, I'm grateful to be like I keep saying a witness, but I really feel like I'm just existing in this moment, watching art like play out its role within our social structures and within our communal structures. And like, that is such an honor to me.
And why did you first sign up for Art Battle? What made you want to do Art Battle?
I think I saw it advertised somewhere. It was interesting. It's kind of a funny story because, like, I was in this period of my life. I was still a student. I was in college, and I was in my last year of undergrad, and I had just gone through this really, like, painful breakup and lost, like, a bunch of the connections that I had in my life, like my friendships and community, and I felt really isolated and I wanted to go someplace where the only thing that mattered about the way that I showed up was how I was able to translate my emotion through my work. And I met a lot of really wonderful people. I met June Arts. I also met Juju, Mango Juju, and a lot of really wonderful people who I've stayed in contact with, and like that's been this gateway for me to continue to expand my craft and also like have that willingness to come forward with my vulnerability in social spaces and in public spaces with my work.
Well, it's absolutely a privilege to have you share yourself in that way at Art Battle. It's such a unique thing that you're bringing to the easel, and we absolutely appreciate it. And I cannot wait to see you paint in Nationals. Kahala, everyone, representing Oakland.
I just wanted to, for the record, I'm from Vallejo, but, you know, we don't have Art Battle out in Vallejo, but it's 707, you know, say it backwards. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's so good to meet you. Once I walk, I'll come by. Okay, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Art Battle U.S. National Championships. We are here at Daytona 1 in Daytona Beach, welcoming the best live artists from across the country to the national stage, the stage right behind us here. And my name is Morgan Booth, and I am here with Art Battle producer Bob Barrow. Hi, Bob.
Hello, Morgan. It's so great to be here in this sunny Florida. And what a bunch of art we're going to see tonight.
Oh my gosh, these guys are just truly the cream of the crop, the best of the best. These artists have painted in tournaments leading up to this, the ultimate tournament. And I am just so excited to see what they're going to be able to create.
Yes, they are excited too, and they're all talking about what they're doing, and they're excited to show you all and us what they can do.
Oh, absolutely. We had an artist meet and greet last night where some of the artists were kind of revealing some tips and tricks and inspirations and emotions behind their work, and it was just such an absolute treat. And so really I think that we're going to see some very personal work probably up at the stage today, as well as quite the live painting performance. So for the 2023 U.S. National Art Battle Championships, we are going to have 2 qualifying rounds of 20 minutes of painting. We're going to have 6 artists in the first round, 7 artists in the second round, and then the top 2 artists from those qualifying rounds will move into a 30-minute final showdown. And after that final showdown, we will determine who will be the 2023 U.S. Art Battle National Champion. So it is high stakes out here, and for anyone who is tuning in and watching, you can see the link at the bottom of your screen, artbattle.com/Daytona. That is where you're going to register to vote, and you will get a vote in every single round. So you'll be able to choose your favorite artist from round 1, round 2, and the ultimate champion in round 3. It's pretty fun.
Gonna
pretty fun.
be fun. It's an exciting night.
Oh, absolutely. Bob, I just think it's so cool the way that Art Battle invites people of all different walks and all different levels of familiarity with art to express their opinion through voting. Is that something that you enjoy about Art Battle as well?
I really do, because it gets people out there that probably would not go out and be seen. And this is a great way for new artists to be seen, even the ones that are coming back on the scene.
Yeah.
And it's good for the community, even if you're not an art lover. It lets you appreciate what's happening.
Absolutely, and it almost forces you to choose, because you might not be someone who's always comfortable, or when I say you, I mean the audience members might not always be the most comfortable with picking the best painting, but in Art Battle, you got to do it. We're asking you for it. So make sure that you guys get registered to vote at artbattle.com/Daytona. And a super fun element to this event as well is that all of the pieces that are created live up on the stage are going to be available for silent auction at that same link. So we will ship the paintings to you. You don't need to be in the room to bid and collect the works.
And they can be shipped to you. Well, you just said that, didn't you?
Yeah, we got a flat rate shipping of $50, I think,
Well,
across
my
the
wife
US.
got one from Seattle. It was shipped to us in Texas, and it's at our office.
So good.
It's so neat.
What's your favorite thing about collecting Art Battle work?
The memories of who painted them. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Because you got a piece of that person, and being able, rather than going to gallery, you have no idea who it is, but here you get to actually see them and see what they're going through, and you know where the strokes went, and it's just something that's nice to have in your house.
Yeah, it's like collecting the memory
That's
of it
right.
being created, and like you're seeing this painting being born, you're seeing the performance and the vulnerability that the artist is displaying creating it.
Yeah, and not only do you bring a painting into the house, you bring a story that you can tell people. Remember.
Totally. It's a great icebreaker. Like, oh, where's that painting from? Well, actually, let me tell you about this thing called Art Battle. I have a lot of Art Battle paintings in my house. For sure. So we are going to be starting round number 1 in just a few minutes. And in round number 1, we are going to have some very, very exciting artists, and also some artists that are joining us at the national level for a second year in a row. So we are going to have Donis Bloodworth and Jesse Baggett. Both of these artists were painting in 2022 and made it to the national level. Donis representing Atlanta and Jesse representing Texas. And so we're going to see both of these artists back at the easel. And fun fact about Bob is Bob actually is the Art Battle producer for Wichita Falls that hosted last year's national championship. So Bob, you have a little bit of a different perspective on nationals.
Yes, it is so interesting because each place that you live, you've got your own individual styles, artists, etc. But at the national, you've got people from all over, and they've got different styles, even a little bit of different subject matter depending on where they live. It comes out, and it is so neat to see them come together, not knowing each other. I guess they watch a little bit, but the camaraderie that they have from being a part of this gigantic art battle.
That's such a great word, camaraderie, because it really is evident with the artists, and it's been really special over the last little bit of time that we've been here in Daytona Beach. I think my favorite part so far has just been watching the artists meeting each other,
Yes.
as if they're meeting celebrities, because they're meeting like the best players of the art sport that we're doing, right? And so it's been really fun to watch these artists interacting and meeting each other.
And I think probably a lot of them have watched the others, so at least they know they're painting. They don't
Yeah.
know but they know they're painting, so that gives them something to talk about.
Yeah.
Break the ice.
Exactly. It's been cool hearing artists be like, oh, you painted that in your championship in Phoenix. Oh, you painted that in Boston, and I saw it. It was so great. So, Bob, you've actually seen Donis and Jesse paint in Nationals last year. What are you expecting from them this year?
They'll really bring it. Lots of color. Jesse has a unique color palette. Donis just has a lot of energy, and it just comes out of him. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, they're both of them just. Jesse's energy is slightly more quiet, and
Yes.
she infuses the energy into the painting, I think, with just like the vibrancy of those colors. And then Donis is a very performative artist, and his work has just as much energy too, but he's a little bit more physical as he's painting. So looking forward to seeing that. And even more epic stories about these guys. Not only did they compete at the national level last year, but they competed and both of them were in the final round.
Yes.
Oh man, it's so we've got some heavy hitters in round number 1. So brace yourselves, everyone. And the third artist who is in round number 1 is Kenzen, aka Ken Berry, and he's an artist from Chicago. And I have a special relationship with the artists in Chicago because I helped do some of the booking there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Kenzen working. And for our audience at home, something that you can expect from Kenzen is that he also is a very physical painter. He's often painting far away from the canvas and almost dancing as he's creating. And it's almost like he creates 3 paintings in one. Like at the 5-minute mark it exists as a thing. At the 10-minute mark it exists as a whole different thing. He really builds it.
I have not seen him paint, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, he's really cool. And Ari Simeon from Michigan, representing the whole state of Michigan. That's pretty cool. Ari is an artist who paints on the floor. So I actually think that we're looking at Ari's canvas right now, which is really nice. That came on at the exact right time. But Ari paints on the floor and paints as a way to process sensory input. So he does a really interesting abstracted pieces, and yeah, just so excited.
He uses a lot of texture, doesn't he?
He uses so much texture. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ari was in the green room showing some of the artists the paint that he had made.
Oh.
Like, he actually made his own paint to bring here and use today.
Oh.
Like, that's next level.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen an artist in Art Battle bring out handmade paint.
I've never seen one anywhere.
Yeah, I assumed you needed a laboratory
You
for
gotta
that.
have a tube.
Yeah, he was telling us about mixing it with, creating it with his daughter and mixing gypsum into house paint and acrylic paint and creating a unique mixture. So I think that there's just some really interesting elements that we'll be able to anticipate from Ari. And I think that our Art Battle co-founder, who is our MC today, Chris Pemberton, is getting ready to chat with us on the mic a little bit. So soon we will be throwing it over to them. Right now we're looking at the beefy arms of Simon Plashkes, who is the other Art Battle co-founder. And I think our third co-founder actually is in the audience somewhere here, Sean Bono. So we'll have to make sure that we say hi to him as well.
I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Me too. Or I know him, but
You know,
seeing
yeah,
him. Seeing him. And yeah, it looks like he's getting ready to welcome everyone. Checking in with the artists, making sure that everyone is prepared. And see all of those little pots that are on the ground? Those are Ari's handmade paints. So anything that's in one of those non-branded containers, he's actually made himself. So cool.
I guess that gypsum adds to his process to make the texture a little more.
Yeah, the way he was describing it, it was adding like a gritty texture and like a dry kind of element, like a more of a mattification. I could talk to him all day about the science of paint. For anybody that is watching, and you want to talk about the weird science of paint, I'm down. DM me. I'll talk to you about paint and varnishes all day. Another artist in round number 1 is Frida Haas, and we met her last night at the meet and greet, and she just does these paintings that really capture the energy of her subject, and I hope I feel like we might see a portrait from her.
I guess
All
getting
right.
close.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, art fans of all ages, welcome to the Art Battle National Championship. That's what I'm talking about. All right, tonight we have the very best painters from across the United States here in Daytona Beach, and they will be painting for the title of Art Battle National Champion, a very impressive trophy sitting up there on stage, a large cash prize, and a lot of bragging rights. We are very honored to be partnering with One Daytona this year. Thank you very much to the One Daytona staff for making this so awesome for us. And we are so pleased to be here in Victory Circle as part of the One Daytona Arts Festival. Very special, and a big shout out to our local art battle team, Angel, Josh, and Teresa, who have been putting on art battles locally for the last couple of years, and were a big part in getting this going here tonight. All right. Here's how it's going to go. There's going to be 3 rounds of painting. In the first round and the second round, there will be 6 painters in the first round, 7 painters in the second round. They will have 20 minutes to do the best work that they can. At the end of the 20 minutes, you will vote as to who you want to see go through to the third and final round. The final round tonight will have 4 painters, 2 from the first round, 2 from the second round. In the final round, they will have 30 minutes to paint, so an extra 10 minutes they're given for the final round, 20 minutes in the first 2 rounds. All right. Now, are you ready to meet the painters? All right. Here at easel number 1, this is his second year painting in the Art Battle National Championships, an artist who celebrates national beauty from Atlanta, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, Donis Ledward! At easel number 2, also here for the second year in a row at the National Championships. She made it to the final round at Nationals last year, and she hopes to take it all home tonight. Representing the state of Texas, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Beckett! At easel number 3, an engaging performer who infuses personality and movement into his work. He is the Chicago champion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Kenton! At easel number 4, an unorthodox style painter. He'll be working on the ground, but his canvas will be up on the easel at the end of the round. The Michigan State champion, ladies and gentlemen, Ari Simeon! All right, at easel number 5,
6, representing Oakland, California, ladies and gentlemen, Kahala! Kahala has her biggest fan, Nicole, here with her. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to count down from 5 to 1. When we get to 1, we're all going to scream, "Let's paint," and these artists have 20 minutes to do the best work that they can. Are you guys ready to start round 1? All right, round 1 starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we now have 20 minutes on the clock, and we are starting off with Donis Bloodworth, whose beautiful start right now with this warm color. Donis often will kind of tone out his canvas so that he has something to build over top of. But looks like he might actually be going into starting his main subject already. And loading up the brush. Loading up the brush with quite a lot of paint as well, and some water, and getting some of those drips going on. Very nice. Very nice start.
Lots of energy already.
I'm wondering whether or not this piece is going to go figurative. It's funny, every time I've seen him do a stroke, I thought that it was one thing, and now it's turning into another.
Yeah, you want to read into it, don't you?
Okay, 19 minutes on the clock, and here we are over at Jesse Baggett. So, Bob, you have seen Jessie paint many, many times. What is your favorite thing about watching her work?
Once again, it is the palette. It amazes me what she does with the palette, and she usually animals, but there's a whimsical approach that is added on it that you don't know is going to happen. But a lot of times it does, and it's with her personality. She's a subtle person.
That's such a great way to describe Jessie's work, is having that sense of whimsy. And here we are checking out Kenzen, our Chicago artist. And now we are over with Ari Simeon, who is representing Michigan. And Ari is working on the floor right now, and looks like they've toned out most of their canvas and are now adding yellow and some magentas into the top portion. Whoa!
Golly,
somebody is fast, and that somebody is Frida Haas from Seattle.
Ooh.
Wow. That is the quickest. That's the quickest start battle drawing I've ever seen.
She came to battle.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So it looks like she's drawn on the canvas and has now rubbed paint all over it. And this is a 2.5 minute piece, Bob. What?
It's like she's in speed motion.
Oh my gosh, she's going hyper art battle speed. Wow, very impressed. Very, very impressive.
Oh.
And here we are with Kahala, and wow, Kahala's really fast as well. What do you see on Kahala's canvas?
It reminds me of avocados.
We do,
Probably because she's using avocado green.
we do have that avocado green going on. And looks like Kahala,
Nature scene?
yeah, potentially some nature. I think we've got 2 figures going on in the center of the canvas right now.
Oh, there you go.
Some really interesting work starting off here, and again, just such a rapid painter. I feel like these figures might be in water as well.
Now, oh,
Wow.
it is. Is she laying down or? Oh. Oh, God. Oh, pardon me.
There you go. You're good.
Get a little excited here.
Yeah. What are you seeing on Donis's canvas, Bob?
Well, since I got a shot at the picture, it's some people,
I think,
and I think they're laying down.
yeah, it looks like we've got 2 figures there, potentially a couple. And here we are back with Jessie Baggett, and I think that we're starting to see her classic style emerging, which is capturing animals.
Yes, on the back of something.
I think that we've got a hare being depicted right now. What do you think, Bob?
That would be typical of her. There's usually some type of a hare. Now, depending on what the animal is on the bottom, that could vary.
Yeah, I love the way that she is incorporating these different
Look
characters.
at that. Look at that palette.
Oh, so vibrant. Yeah, there's such a gorgeous vibrancy. Oh my gosh, I think I know what she's painting. I think we'll have to comment on it when we come back.
Yes.
Wonderful paintings home with you. Also,
So describe Kenzen's piece and what you're seeing for us, Bob.
It looks like a warrior or someone that is competing or winning in a struggle. It's a person.
I totally get that vibe as well. There's this, with the upturned chin of the figure here, I am definitely getting that kind of sense of resilience. And we can also see that Ken is working from a reference that is clipped to his easel here.
Oh, and I see what you mean about him painting back. It's almost like he's fencing.
Exactly.
It's what
Yeah, he's far from the canvas and just dancing his hand around. Okay, back with Ari here. Got some knife work going. Loving the way that we are having this paint just pushed right now.
That goes back to my childhood of a dreamsicle.
Yeah, it is the perfect
It's a happy
dreamsicle.
piece.
It is the perfect dreamsicle color. If you look at the palette that Ari has on the floor there, we've got that gorgeous warm orange, and I'm just loving watching Ari working with the palette knife. You know, I'm an artist who is a little bit afraid of palette knives. I feel like you need to be able to embrace the organic. What do you think of working with palette knives?
Well, you have to be careful not to get it too muddy.
That's true.
And I guess too thick, which will get it too muddy.
Exactly. It's a challenging tool to work with. And wow, I totally didn't expect this technique from Frida.
Whoa.
The layering of this really cool blue right over top of all of that hot orange red color that she's got. And it's not muddy at all.
No. And you can tell she knows about color.
Oh, absolutely.
Compliment. Oh, wow.
Yeah, getting that just gorgeousness going and that classic Frida energy.
And that brush is just going. If there was a bell on the end of that, it would be dinging away.
Oh, totally, totally. The rapidness with which she's painting is just so impressive.
Oh.
And oh my goodness, this stunner of a piece from Kahala is coming together so beautifully. We have just these very impressionistic figures.
And a different type of texture than Ari. But there is a lot of texture in this.
Yeah, we've got so much of that texture laid a little bit more thickly up in the top of our canvas, and then just the way that she's layering it into the figures as well. Oh, there was a fun little moment there where we saw her actually take her finger and just blend out the top of that line. I love catching artists in those little moments, those little twists of technique.
It always amazes me. They can be so clean and in their dress, but they've got paint all over their hands, and they're not afraid to do it.
100%. Maybe that's why Ken paints so far away from his canvas. Okay, back with Donis. And now we have what looks like a couple, and I think that the woman is pregnant. So we've got this beautiful intimate moment being expressed here. And something that I really love about Donis's work is that he's always very able to express curves of the body. I feel like he honors especially female curves really wonderfully.
That background really brings out the foreground.
100%.
There she is. Oh, it is.
Speaking of
You
our
were right.
color pops here with Jesse, and what are you thinking about this?
It's an ostrich, isn't it? Or no, or a flamingo.
Oh, flamingo!
Not an ostrich.
We're
You're a
so
pink
on theme
one. Yeah.
for Daytona Beach.
Oh, gosh.
The negative space that she's got going on there with the curvature of the neck, that little hit of yellow, that shape is just, it's singing for me. It's really doing a lot, I think, compositionally.
All right, artists, you have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes gone. 10
Yeah, what is
minutes
she
left
doing?
in round 1 of the national championships.
All right, we just heard our announcer, Chris, saying that we officially have 10 minutes remaining left on the clock. So if you are watching at home, head on over to artbattle.com/Daytona. That is the link that is on your screen. And you can register to vote at that link, and you can also participate in the online auction. So these artists now have just about 9.5 minutes remaining on the clock to finish creating these amazing pieces. All right, with Kenton here, and we're just getting this wonderful performance from him, and
He is.
so layered.
Oh, okay, now I totally missed the pictures on the side that he was going for.
It's so
That's-
beautiful.
Oh, wow.
I think that he's really capturing the spirit there.
Yeah. The intensity in his eyes.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just-
so involved, so present.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, Ari's doing a fantastic job. I like the directionality of the palette knife that is coming up from the foreground. I had originally thought that Ari was likely to go fully abstract, but with the way that he has laid out this canvas, I'm starting to think that maybe we could potentially be in abstracted landscape territory.
It looks like it's going that way. He's got such to be so fast with to be using a palette that way, because he's got to do a lot of those little shapes.
Yeah, so many just subtle mark making things.
So he knows when to use his homemade paint and when not to.
And
That's
for anyone who's just joining us on the stream, Ari Simeone from Michigan, very, very cool, has made his own paint. So the paint that he's working with right now is actually paint that he has crafted himself and brought from home. So very, very excited to see that kind of really interesting technical twist being brought up to the easel. Wow, Frida!
it just keeps changing, doesn't it?
It just
Yes.
is evolving.
Oh.
Bob, what is a part of this piece that is standing out for you?
Well, I really like those glasses popped on. I wasn't expecting that.
You're totally right.
But the buildings, I assume a cityscape in the back. That I wasn't expecting that either.
Yeah, Frida just
didn't
has
know.
this ability. This ability to delight
Just-
and surprise.
She's been doing it a while, hasn't she?
Yes, I think she has been doing Art Battle for some time, and we can definitely see her experience at the easel being evidenced here with this just amazing and energetic execution here. That was fun. That was such a fun moment. Getting those ticks of blue from Frida's palette knife.
That's water, yes.
That's gorgeous. These two figures have now turned into bathers, and looks like they're bathing in a river, pouring water on themselves. What a wonderful moment to capture.
What I've seen, it seems you've been watching this a lot longer, but the people that are more experienced, they can tease us and make us think so many different things, and they know where they're going, and then boop, it just changes and grabs you.
100%.
It's theater.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
That's such a great way to describe it. It is theater. It's performative painting.
There you go.
And these artists are just, it's funny. When we were chatting with them last night and doing our interviews, almost every single one of them, when I asked them what it felt like to step up to the easel, they really described zoning in and just being as if it's them in the easel. And it's so cool hearing that and then seeing them performing. It's almost, they don't even know they're performing, but they're just doing it.
And I guess that's something for people that are artists out there that are fearful. If you know what you're doing, once you get up there, you're in a zone. You forget about the rest of it, and you'll just go and have fun.
100%.
So don't be afraid to try it.
Yes, if your mirror neurons are firing and you're wanting to step up to the easel for Art Battle, you can apply at artbattle.com. We welcome new artists and we love seeing them. The way that Adonis is expressing the belly of this figure is so beautiful. There's such a roundness to it, but there's also a softness.
Totally whimsical.
Totally whimsical from Jessie Baggett representing Texas. And Bob, are you rooting for Jessie as she's your hometown artist?
I'll root for the best art.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Yay.
It's a diplomat's response. And just to remind everyone, as we go into our final 4 minutes of our first round, register to vote at artbattle.com/Daytona, the link that is on your screen, because the top 2 artists from this round and the top 2 artists from our next 20-minute round will move on to a 30-minute 4-artist final showdown.
And don't forget, there's an auction, and you can buy these.
Exactly. I'm eyeing up
some.
Kenzen's piece for purchase right now. This is a beautiful piece. What would you say is your favorite detail here?
I like the eyes and under the neck.
The eyes. And what do you
If
like
they-
about it?
It works.
Yeah, it works. There's an establishment of
And
presence.
Now all of a sudden adding that black, there's just a oomph coming out.
Totally.
If that's an artistic term.
It totally is an artistic
little
term.
oomph there.
I always think that when artists add in that, when they start adding in those darker darks, that contrast, that's totally an oomph moment. Always makes me go, oh.
And it can be a scary oomph moment, because
Yeah,
if it's too much of the wrong one, you're in trouble.
exactly. It's and especially
wow.
in these final moments. Yeah, so great from Ari here. This stunning pigment.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Such an interesting technique that Ari's using. So he's actually taking, I think that those are spray paint caps, and dipping them in his homemade paint and placing them on the canvas. I love the way that this piece is very much communicating landscape to me, but it's also equally interpreted as an abstract.
Now, another neat thing about Art Battle, I've seen so many different techniques. I've done this a long time. You can learn from all these artists, because there's so much they attempt to try. And yeah, you can pick up a lot of tricks.
Oh yeah, it's really impressive the way that these artists display their techniques, and it really can. Watching, if you binge enough Art Battle, what are you looking at? What's your?
Well, how the eyes all of a sudden she put that blue and orange in there, which works a lot better than it's just.
Yeah,
should
we get
say,
that hit.
Not tricks, technique.
Yeah.
That's a better term, right? Oh wow.
moving into our final minute here.
Ooh.
The artists are just adding in just those final pops of contrast, those loving highlights caressing the bodies of Kahala's pieces. And oh wow, the crowns!
Crown.
Some crown symbology being infused into Donis's piece, and I think that's a nice last minute kind of reveal for the audience.
Yes.
Wow, the way that the colors are just totally dancing off of Jesse's piece is just really incredible.
Oh God.
The emotive quality of Ken's portrait here, even though the character is looking off to the side, we feel really connected with her. All right, heading into our final seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down, please.
Good.
All right. So great, ladies and gentlemen, that is round number 1 now. So great, ladies and gentlemen, that is round number 1 now. You have to do some work. You have to pick which painting you think is the best. Who do you want to see paint for a second time in the final round? Cast your vote. You can also get your bid in there to take one of these paintings home. You got a few minutes to vote. Winner announcements will be done after the second round. We will be announcing the winners from round 1 and round 2 together after the second round, so all the painters have the same amount of time to prepare for the final round. So get your votes in there right now, get your bids in there right now, and we will be back with round 2. Thank you.
Am I clear?
So stunned with how fast everyone is. Wow. Bob, any favorites from that round?
I will be diplomatic. What a group of choices that the audience has. They gave us a pure palette of a gourmet feast.
So we had just such an array of styles present up at the easels. We had portraits, we had double figure executions, we had abstract leaning into landscape, we had straight up portrait. It was and animals. It was wild.
Just paint flowing everywhere.
And can you think of any moments that you thought were really special within this round? Any artists' techniques that stood out?
Well, there's a point with Ari. I'm not sure what it was, but there was something that he did. It was toward the end that got me, and then the glasses that Frida. Yeah, that I just thought was interesting.
Yeah, that pop of the glasses.
There's a big choice to be made there.
Oh, absolutely. And our top 2 artists from this round will be moving forward to the final, and our top 2 artists from our second round, which will be coming up very shortly. We're going to have another 7 artists stepping up to the easels and taking on these blank canvases, and they're going to have 20 minutes only.
20 minutes.
And it is just a wild experience here, seeing how quickly everyone paints. What's the energy like here at Nationals?
Well, it's really neat because we're not outside, but we are in this tent with walls up, and there's some wind blowing through, and it's just nice, and the sun's beginning to set, so we're turning into dusk. It's just a nice event. Plus, there's good music, and there's a bunch of people, and the paint's a-flowing.
Yeah, the paint is a-flowing. And we are so grateful for One Daytona for welcoming us to do the Nationals here. It's a really, really special experience and a really cool place to be as well. I know that I am loving Daytona Beach. And the votes are starting to roll in. So if you're not yet registered to vote, make sure that you do so at the link that is on the bottom of the screen there, artbattle.com/Daytona. And we will be back shortly. I think that we're going to take a small break in just a few seconds. And we will be back for round number 2. And we're going to have another 7 artists stepping up to the easels. Actually, for round number 2, very exciting.
Oh.
Very, very exciting. Cameron McCool, the defending national champion, is going to be stepping up to the easels. Bob, you've seen him paint before, right?
Yes, and he's like Kinsey. He kind of dances too, but in a different way. Yeah, you'll enjoy watching him.
Yeah, that physical.
Plus he paints well.
Yes, oh my God, such a great painter. That physicality that he has up at the easel is just so incredibly engaging. And we have some other heavy hitters, Phoenix champion, Omaha champion, Big Male representing Florida, New York City, San Francisco, Boston. We're going to throw it all up at the easel, and these guys are going to just lay the paint down and have a great time. So we will have that coming up in just a few minutes.
Be sure and vote and put one of these in your house. Bid on them.
Yeah, they're so great. I would love to collect any of these pieces and be able to hang them and just to have that experience of checking them out and being able to relive the memory of watching them being created tonight. And it's just such a wonderful opportunity. And for anyone who's watching online and thinking about collecting these pieces, this live stream is going to continue living on YouTube. So anytime you are looking up at your piece that's hanging on your wall that you bought from the U.S. Championship, you'll actually be able to go back and watch it be created again and again and again. So very exciting and unique experience.
And they're always good videos because when we have an event, I don't really know what's going on until Sunday or Monday. I watch it, and it's neat to see what I didn't see.
Yeah, you catch all of those surprising moments from all of these pieces, and it's exciting, it's engaging, and we're super happy to be here. And yeah, it's fantastic. We will be back for round number 2 in just a few minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Art Battle National. It's intense, right? Here with
Golly, it is.
who is representing.
You just keep it flowing.
And we are so excited to have you here today, Frida. Amazing. Okay, so I'm like, man, coming up, I'm fangirling. Welcome everyone to the Art Battle US National Championship. I am here with Maddie Hakey, who is representing Omaha, and we are so excited to have you. Maddie, congratulations on making it to this level of competition. And can you tell us a little bit about your experience with Art Battle so far and what it's been like being in the competition?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Such an adrenaline rush, first and foremost. I feel like this is such a unique event as to the fact that there's nothing else like this out here. And it's almost for artists to compete at an athletic level, you know, where it's just yeah, exactly. That's how I've been explaining it to people, and I love it. It's very addicting, honestly, just getting up on stage, and it's a wild sensation the first couple minutes, and then once you get in your groove and all of a sudden you blink and it's over. You're like, what the heck? What happened? You know?
You create work that is so passionate and so emotive of your characters. How do you feel bringing that kind of emotional vulnerability to the easel in a live arena?
I love it. It's definitely a challenge trying to convey the emotion in which I'm like painting these people, because I love painting people, and I truly believe when you're looking at a portrait of someone, especially in their eyes, when you look at them, you have that connection and you're trying to figure out a time in your life when you felt that way. And to be able to create that in 20 minutes is quite the challenge. So, yeah.
So moving into the national arena, what does it feel like making it to this level of competition, and do you feel like it's going to be different from your previous experience?
It's surreal. I can't believe I'm amongst such talented individuals. All of them so unique, but it's a really just amazing experience. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here.
And moving, or as you're taking the stage at the Nationals, what can our audience expect from you?
Gosh. They can expect a lot of color, for sure, and hopefully a finished product at the end. So we'll see, fingers crossed.
I think that's good. I think that's it. But Maddie, a massive congratulations. I personally have watched your work over the course of this season in various competitions in Omaha, and I'm a huge fan, and I love just the level of intensity and color layering that you bring to the easel. So very much looking forward to watching you do what you do. And do you have any secret strategies that you might be bringing to the easel tomorrow?
Headphones. Headphones, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Maddie.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I love following you, and your work is amazing.
I know we were thinking this is private. So for anyone who is just joining us, we are here for the Art Battle US National Championship, and I just had the very wonderful pleasure of meeting Heather Olson, who is representing Phoenix, and I have been following Heather's work for quite a long time, so if you caught us giggling there, that was just me fangirling a little bit. Heather, congratulations on making it to this level of competition, the Nationals. So you've painted in Salt Lake City and Phoenix as well.
Yes.
And what's it like traveling to Daytona to descend upon the beach for the Nationals?
Oh, so much fun. This has been amazing. Florida is amazing. It was snowing in Salt Lake before I left, so so it was nice and warm. Just to be here in the Nationals is amazing, and I just am so excited and grateful for the opportunity to even be here.
Can you describe for us your favorite art battle experience, or what it feels like going up to the easel?
Oh, that's a good question. Going up to the easel is definitely terrifying, but exciting at the same time. You know, it's the butterflies are going and you're very nervous, and I get all shaky. But then once that timer goes, you just get in the zone and you start painting, and stroke by stroke you make it happen, and before you know it, the time's up. So it's crazy.
When you work, you seem to have a very specific way of approaching and building the painting. Can you describe that for us a little bit of your battle strategy and how you create the work that you do in those 20 minutes?
Yeah, of course. So I start generally with a wash background just to kind of get that white canvas that's staring at me out of the way. And then I sketch what I'm going to do. And then I wipe out the highlights. So that's kind of key for me, so I can get those down. Then I start mixing in colors and trying to get those shapes right and trying to make it look like what I want it to look like. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about your inspiration within the images that you choose to create?
Yeah, I generally choose animals and faces, so humans and animal figures. Just the emotion that you can get out of the eyes and the expressions and the cool colors and the feathers or whatever you might be painting. So I generally gravitate towards things that make me feel something or that I can relate to or have emotion.
Something that I was really thrown by in the best way was your final round painting in the Phoenix the Phoenix Championship, that scorpion, the way that you were able to get emotion out of that kind of animal and without the eye contact was just so impressive to me. So you often are using color and movement. Can you describe using color and movement to create emotion?
Well, first of all, thank you. Yeah, using that color and that emotion is, like you said, with a scorpion, without a face, that's kind of all I had to go off of. So I tried to use the highlights or the, the shiny back and the legs and kind of the position of the animal to give that emotion, as well as the background. The background on that one was pretty wild. And just those paint splatters, and I was using different tools. I was using my hand, I was using whatever I had to swipe and scrape and throw paint, literally throw paint on the canvas, and just try to get that kind of crazy emotion that you might get when you see a scorpion,
Well, you definitely achieved that. That was a really fantastic piece. And are you going into tomorrow with a plan, or are you going to freestyle it?
Oh, I always have a plan. Although this time, the plan was solidified, I think, last night. So a little bit pushing the envelope there. But yeah, I do have a plan. I know what I'm going to paint. I've practiced a couple of times, not as much as I would have liked, but I have practiced what I'm going to do and kind of get my strategy out of the way and figure out, what I need to do. And yeah, but there is always a little bit of freestyling. Once you get up there, there's always stuff that comes out that you didn't plan, and it works or it doesn't, but you roll with it.
Thank you so much, Heather. It is so exciting to meet you in person, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what you create for Nationals.
Thank you so much.
Heather Olson, everyone, for Phoenix. All right.
Thank you.
Regional.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Art Battle U.S. National Championship. I am here with Mona Faroki, who is representing San Francisco. Mona, a huge congratulations for making it to this level of competition. We are absolutely thrilled to have you. What are you looking forward to most as you take the national stage?
Just see what the next level is. It's like every time you do it, it's a whole other new level, from regional to state and then the nationals. It's just a whole other feeling, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, especially with all these amazing artists out here. It's chilling and also thrilling, so I'm happy to be here.
So, can you express for us, can you describe for us a little bit about your experience moving through the competition up until this point?
My experience was just walk in the dark. Just go forward and trust you know what's happening. Just tap into your intuition. My experience was just basically practice at home. And people would ask me, wait, you practice at home? And I'm like, yeah. Musicians rehearse, dancers rehearse, athletes practice. So yeah, that's been the whole experience. Just do your best and hope for the best.
And you are an artist who often is incorporating unconventional materials. Can you tell me a little bit about where that inspiration comes from, or why you like to do that? Is it a battle strategy? Does it exist in your studio work?
Well, I did my undergrad in industrial design, so I'm no stranger to playing around with different materials and see how we can push the boundaries. And as much as I love painting, it's very limited to a paintbrush and just paint. So I love pushing boundaries and see what would come out of it. And as a mixed media artist, I feel like that's my comfort zone.
I feel like it's such an engaging level of performance when you do that. I think the audience gets really, really excited. I know that I do. Can you describe what it's like to, trying to come up with the right term, but to be in that kind of performance space as you're painting?
When I do it, it doesn't feel like performing because you're zoned out. You don't even know what's happening around you. As soon as the timer goes off, it's like you and the canvas. See how you want to relate to it. And when it comes to that, like I said, when I practice, it's like me trying to figure out what works best for me and and what stages and what steps I have to approach it to make it time efficient. And I think that's how it turns out. If it turns out performative, it's a very happy accident.
Perfect. I know that that's been one of my favorite things about watching you throughout the competition is just all of those surprise moments. Do you have some surprise moments in store for us for nationals?
Hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, I have a few ideas practiced and worked out, but yeah, it's like these things come to me very last minute. So I have a few things. Like on my flight, I had a few more ideas just pop in my head. I was like, oh, I could do that actually. So it's just a work in progress. Like it is going to be a work in progress until the very minute and second the timer goes off. So yeah.
What kind of inspiration or emotion do you want people to feel when they look at your pieces at nationals?
Joy, emotions, thrill, more conversation, especially around this one piece. I feel like I would love more conversation around it. It's just because that's what art is. It's to bring up topics of just different concepts and bring it up and have people challenge their minds and see what people think about it, basically.
Thank you so much, Mona. It is such a wonderful opportunity to meet you in person after seeing you paint throughout the competition and now making it to the national level. Mona Farokhi, everyone, representing San Francisco. All right, welcome everyone to the Art Battle U.S. National Championships. I am here with Vig Mail, who is representing Florida. A huge congratulations, Vig, for making it to this level of national competition. Can you describe for us a little bit about your Art Battle journey? What has it been like so far?
Well, it had been so exciting and challenging too. I actually knew by random the first Art Battle, and I thought I need to be here, and well, this is Liv. We need to.
It's okay.
Sorry.
We're gonna cut it.
My English is bad. Right?
No, you're great. And
can we just edit?
Yeah. No, you're great.
Okay.
We'll edit.
I don't know. I was not prepared to speak in English. Yeah.
So you create work that is really colorful and very emotional. I've seen you paint a few times, and it always really touches my heart. Where does that come from for you?
Well, I don't know. I just like to hear music while I'm painting. I like to connect with, I don't know, emotions and stuff, and how is my day going, and everything kind of get into the painting at the end. It's just, I really love what I do, and I enjoy it in the moment of doing, and everything feels in the painting at the end. I feel it's more than showing a technique, is like expressing something else.
I absolutely always get that from your work. It always feels very connecting. And the way that you choose these colors, is that based in any emotion?
Well, I kind of do it really intuitive. It's like I kind of feel which is the color I'm in the mood that day. Sometimes, like for a whole month, I'm feeling in the blue palette, and sometimes I turn to red and vibrant pinks, or I don't know. But it's just really intuitive, and it gets into the work. I don't think much. Of course, I need to organize the colors to work together, but yeah, I really just select the colors I love and put them there and make them work.
When you're planning a piece for Art Battle, what kind of strategy are you thinking that you want to bring to the easel?
Well, I know I love so many subjects. It's difficult to choose one. I love abstract, I love animals, I love figures, and I especially love mixed media. So I just trying to get something of like all of that and combining. So I'm going to try a little bit of mixed media up there. It's going to be a little messy, but let's see how it goes.
Amazing. I love hearing that you've got some surprises for us in store and that we're going to get a little bit messy. I love that energy. What does it feel like for you when you're up at the Art Battle Easel?
Well, it's just like I can feel the energy from the crowd, but at the same time, I feel like I am really connect with myself. I'm really calm, and I am with my headphones listening to the music I love. So it's like I both connected with the public, but also very like center, like very, I don't know, calm in a way. I'm not getting nervous from the event. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, we are so excited to see you painting in the Nationals. And once again, a huge congratulations. Vig Mayall representing the whole state of Florida.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Art Battle US National Championship. I am here with the one, the only, the defending champion, the 2022 U.S. National Champion, Cameron McCool. Welcome, Cameron.
Hey, thank you.
What's it like coming back to the Nationals to defend your title?
I'm still landing. I'm so jet lagged that we got in super late, but it's exciting. It's so exciting to finally meet the artist and finally like kind of culminate where all this energy has been building up to.
What was your experience like last year? What did it feel like doing the Nationals? And do you think this year will feel any different?
Last year, again, the most beautiful aspect of this is meeting the amazing people in the audience. And then the art battle, it just feels like kind of clicking in with your subconscious when you're on stage, and it flies by super fast. And I haven't done an art battle since that one. Since then, I've done stage painting where it's not timed, it's low stress, but then the 20-minute paintings is completely different. But yeah, I'm excited.
How would you describe the 20-minute paintings as being different?
I'm trying to do a 6-hour painting in 20 minutes, and so I think everyone goes about it a little differently, but I'm very methodical. I see it as chapters, so I know I have to do this like 10 stages, and at 5 minutes I'm supposed to be here, and at 10 minutes I'm supposed to be flying through this area, and it zooms by. It feels like 2 hours and 1 minute at the same exact time. Like it's stretched, like time acts really funny.
Time totally does act very strange at the Art Battle Easel. It's this like very specific flow state, and you just really seem to click into creating those paintings, and you're quite performative and moving really a lot. And when you're creating, what does movement mean to you within your work?
It's really how I let go. I'm not guiding it. My left arm starts to twitch, and it's just a technique I've developed where they kind of speak to each other. I can use my eyes to find the angle. This one locks it in, this one delivers it. And so it's just, it feels like I'm orchestrating, like the music is happening completely physically, and it's totally fun. It's one of my favorite parts of painting is that this push-pull dance that occurs. So it's, yeah.
When you're thinking about the inspiration behind your pieces, what specific inspiration or emotion are you hoping to make the audience feel?
I like the heavy, profound emotions, the kind of ones you keep closed away all my life. That's where I put these emotions. I couldn't really communicate otherwise. So I'd have the humor and the love on this side, but then my darker ones that everyone keeps secret goes into the art, and yet that's really have connected with a lot of people. It's like everyone's got these emotions. 2, 1.
Oh yeah, we got some loud cheering voices in the house right now. Once again, we are partnered here tonight with One Daytona, and we'd like to give our extreme thanks to One Daytona. and all of the organization and all the people who helped us put this on. We're very happy to be here, and it's absolutely fantastic facilities. So thank you very much, Monday Point, for making this so special. All right, here we go. Round 2. We've got 7 champion painters. 2 of them will be voted to the final round by you, and I'm going to introduce them right now. At easel number 1, Art Battle Royalty, the defending Art Battle National Champion from Seattle, Cameron McCool. At easel number 2, she is from Salt Lake City, but she won the Phoenix Art Battle Championship, and she's here to try and do the same thing tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Heather Olsen. At easel number 3, the Omaha, Nebraska champion, creating expressive portraits that connect and evoke intense feelings. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Maddie Hake. All right, hometown alert, easel number 4 from Sarasota, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Big Mayo. Number 5, he won a very difficult New York City championship. The current New York champion, put your hands together for J.D. Bates. At easel number 6, known for using surprising and unusual materials to explore concepts, the San Francisco City champion, ladies and gentlemen, Mona Ferroki. And at easel number 7, coming out of a very talented Boston final, ladies and gentlemen, the Boston champion. Let's hear it for Ananda Toulon. All right, these artists have 20 minutes to do the best work they can. At the end of the round, you will vote for your favorite, and the top 2 will go through to the 3rd and final round. Audience, are you ready for round 2? We're going to count down from 5. When we get to 1, we're going to scream, "Let's paint," and the action will start. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's paint!
Let's paint! We are entering into round number 2 of the 2023 U.S. Art Battle National Championship. I am so excited. My name is Morgan Booth, and I am joined by Art Battle producer Bob Barrow. Hey, Bob.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're at the easel for Cameron McCool, our defending champion. Such an engaging painter.
It'll be interesting to watch his approach. Look at that.
And here we are over with Phoenix champion Heather Olsen, and Heather has actually won in a few different Art Battle cities. She won, I think, in Salt Lake City as well, and but here she is representing Phoenix, and looks like we've got the beginnings of a frog there. Over here with Maddie Hakey from Omaha. And what do you think we're starting off with here, Bob?
Well, it's interesting how they quickly get a background color in, and then as she draws it in, they start painting.
Yeah, that was less than 60 seconds.
Yes.
And she's got the whole canvas toned orange already. Wow, very impressive. Here we are with Vig Mayall, who is representing the state of Florida.
And such a completely different approach from the last lady.
Totally.
Just
We have
both people, both faces.
and the drawing on top of that, the blank
Oh,
white canvas.
golly.
This is JD from New York. And it looks like we're getting a sponge brush here.
He is laying that color in.
Yeah, just laying it in so thickly and a very
And-
dark start as well. I find going with a dark start can often end up being a little bit of a risky move.
Yes. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's
So
nowhere
he's
to
got to
go.
know what he's doing.
Yeah, JD is such an expert, and I have every confidence. Here we are with Mona Furoki, who is representing San Francisco, and looks like we've got more of a drawing approach from Mona at this point, and I think that she's using acrylic paint markers.
Now, am I right? Before COVID, you couldn't use these pencils.
Yep.
Yeah, everything has changed and added a whole new dimension for the artist, plus for the audience to be able to see a completely different variety of looseness.
100%. Yes, we are now in the open materials rules days of Art Battle. Previous, it was only the acrylic paint provided by Art Battle was permitted, but now we are allowing markers, charcoal, pencil, pens, spray paint. You name it, we're likely allowing it, and so it really creates a great opportunity for these artists to express their own personal style. Here we are with Ananda, and Ananda, I think, is working on a figurative piece. Well, that's a nice palette.
Yeah.
And
That's Cameron.
yeah,
Yep,
that's Cameron.
that's
What
it.
do you think, Bob?
Just the lines, the flowing of his lines. They just continue to be full of energy.
Yeah, he just. I know we're so early in his piece.
And look, and he's going to cover it all up. That's what's so neat. He covers it up. Does this whole drawing and then covers it up.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that we caught that moment.
Yeah.
I was already really
It just-
excited about the drawing, and then wham, all of that red over top of it. That's cool. So you've seen him work in this way before, Bob?
Yes, at the Nationals last year, it was very interesting. Now, I didn't get to really watch him during the show until afterwards. The next day, I watched it in the dance. So if they pull away from him, we'll be able to see the dance that he does.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Gosh.
Heather has so much done already.
Yeah, I was not expecting that dark in the beginning that quick.
Yeah, and we really have, she's got a great ability at expressing atmosphere, and I know that as this piece moves forward, we're just going to kind of get a whole environment for this little frog.
And I bet you that frog's going to have a lot of character when
Oh.
it finishes.
Totally. Like, there's so much
And that-
opportunity, I think, with the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be big pupils for that level of connection there from our little frog character here.
15 minutes left.
So we have
Whoa.
5 minutes elapsed in our 20-minute second round at the Art Battle U.S. National Championships. For anyone that is just joining us on the stream, make sure that you register to vote at the link at the bottom of your screen, artbattle.com/Daytona. Bob, what are we thinking of Maddie Hakey here?
That one comes right out at you. It just goes right into your face. I enters the room, I believe. I'm looking forward to see what she does
That
with
is,
the colors.
that's such a great expression. I really hope that one day someone describes my work as like, wow, that portrait enters the room. I love that. I love that. And that is so true to Maddie's style as well. She creates characters that just have so much presence. I love also the way that she layers. She starts with, I think, pastel underneath and then
Oh.
is layering paint over top. But here we are with Vig. And Vig is just, she has also toned out her canvas with this warm color and is pulling the highlights
off.
away with a rag. Such a great technique.
because she's doing acrylic too. So you've got to really be really quick before it dries if you want to do that.
That's such a great observation. The 20 minutes, everyone thinks that it's so fast, and it is fast. But as far as acrylic paint time goes, acrylic paint, you look away. Acrylic paint is dried. So that becomes a challenge within itself. And we can see that Vig is just kind of scrubbing away these highlights. And it's leaving that little ghost of the color still behind, which is nice. And Vig also works in mixed media too.
Okay, mixed media, like
I think that she's got
fabric and paint.
I think that she's got some pastel going on in the eyes, maybe.
Oh, okay. That in that form. Yeah. Oh, wow! Now that's a roller, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
print roller.
Yeah, it's a printmaking brayer, and that is JD's secret weapon.
Oh.
Oh my gosh! Look, he's got another secret weapon. I was gonna describe the silicone wedge that he's using, but that reference is totally an asset as well.
A silicone wedge. That's like a ceramic tool.
Ceramic tool or cake making.
Okay.
Like painting, but it's really great. And he's using just the edge of that silicone wedge right now to create the line work. And so it gives him this ability to smear the paint on the surface of the wedge, but also draw very clean lines at the edge.
And what's interesting, Ari was doing the same thing with the palette knife with his lines. He's using this plastic thing.
Yeah, the unconventional approaches here. And speaking of unconventional approaches, Mona.
Are there holes?
There are holes in the canvas.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Mona always does something that's unexpected, and it's just so delightful to watch her. Like, we never would have anticipated this, right?
No.
It's
my jaw drops.
I know, it's so wild. And then moving over to Ananda from Boston here, and I love Ananda's characters. They always just have such a personality that's so evident. I love the way that she paints. Any favorite moments within this piece, Bob?
I really like the way it's flowing. This orange makes that pop out. I don't know if I would have used that color, but I think it works well.
Yeah, it's that she's so unconventional.
You got just enough outline.
Yeah, the way that orange is just bumped up against the blue outline that she's got going. Ananda just uses such an unconventional palette. She uses color in such a unique way. That's something that I always enjoy watching with her. And speaking of using color in an unconventional way,
I don't know if I've seen Cameron use that much color. Have I seen a lot of his work? No, but
you actually own a Cameron piece, right?
No, I don't.
No, not yet. Not yet. Bob, you better get on that auction link.
There's some people in Wichita Falls that do. Oh yeah, and
all right, we just heard our announcer, Art Battle co-founder Chris Pemberton announce the 10-minute mark, so we are halfway through the second round of the 2023 U.S. National Championships. And if you are not yet registered to vote, please do so at the link that is at the bottom of your screen, artbattle.com/Daytona.
Oh.
Wild, right?
Golly. Look at what...
Look how shiny the skin on this frog is. We're just getting those beautiful highlights.
And it's just going to get more and more character as she gets down to the body.
And
that orange around those eyes.
I know, we were lucky enough to just get that hit of when Heather just chipped in that little hit of that kind of golden variation of that orange that she was using. And something I think that she might be doing also is I think that she's oversized the eyes of this frog just slightly, and I think that it's giving that character edge.
And in the background, it is so much like being in a dark jungle with just this little tiny frog and its greenness coming out.
Yeah, the atmosphere.
Here,
Oh, I'm loving
it's
these.
still coming into the room.
Exactly. It's,
look at those.
This penetrating eye contact here, and this super passionate, warm color from Maddie here, and just it's such a zoomed in approach, and so there's a level of confrontation here from the piece, I think,
Yes.
and it's so engaging.
You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
You cannot avoid it.
Exactly. That piece is staring into your soul.
I really like her eye ducts are there.
Yeah. I just went speechless for a second because I'm looking at it and I'm just so engaged. I'm falling into the eyes of this character. And something I also really like about watching Maddie work is we can often see her using her reference, but her painting ends up looking totally different.
Yeah.
And through that, you see like the artist's mind translating what the reference is into their unique style.
And letting the moment take them.
Exactly. What are your thoughts on Vig's piece right now?
There's really a lot of subtleties in here, except for the dark eyes and it reminds me of colored paper making a collage and then having this image float through it.
Yeah, there's there's so
she
many
just-
different levels of luminosity here. Vig is such a master of transparency, and it's just there's so much depth playing within the color.
That's a good word, luminosity.
One of my favorites.
That's, and I even said it.
And the way that these highlights are just singing as well.
And it's all the same canvas, but it's not.
100%, definitely.
No.
Oh my gosh. How is he getting such like careful, considered marks with a rolling object? Like, how do you do that? It's no surprise that JD made it to the top in New York. New York is a very, very difficult art battle city. The level of talent there is insane, and JD rose to the top.
How he uses the broad colors with that roller, and then boom, little tiny brush for the detail. And it's not muddy.
Yeah, such a thoughtful execution. Something that JD does really well, I think, is build his pieces and just knows exactly what technique he wants to do at what time within the competition. Okay, Mona, this character is so much fun, and we were talking about whimsy, and there's just so much whimsy from this character that's emerging right now. It's almost like a jellyfish.
I'm kind of wordless with this. It's just, what's going to happen? What? And then what would you hang? Would you put a separate color, change the color of your wall, or paint some paper and put on the wall? And you could change it all the time. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Ananda here. I love that Ananda is creating this character that's posed in this. There's a bit of suggestion in the way that this character is posed, and then that kind of expression of the body is juxtaposed by this little teddy bear. So we have kind of this contrast of sensuality and innocence.
And the little I've got to know her, that's her personality.
So
I think so.
cool.
I believe it is.
Yeah, just coming through. These artists have such a wonderful ability of bringing themselves to the easel.
And we really have to thank them for bringing themselves out here and exposing themselves. I guess that's a word. It's a word.
Yeah. So we
showing
just
us their inner selves.
we just saw this wonderful moment of Cameron doing this thing with his hand that he
Yes.
does, and it's
And
just
it's-
so
and it-
magical.
And you can't. Sometimes he'll paint with both hands. I believe.
Cool. So cool. And the colors that he's using, it almost looks like a heat map.
Oh, that's right. Now, do you think he's going to put detail in with a small brush, or is it going to be?
I think we might get a few details, but we're 3 minutes to the end. I know
Not
this round
too
is just
detailed either.
this round has just gone so quickly, and look how carefully he's just.
Oh,
I know.
that just.
I know.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, the carefulness that he's putting that green. And every time he takes his hand off of the canvas, he does like this little motion. And it's almost like he's resetting himself.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh.
It's so live. It's so alive.
Yeah, the light cast on the nose, the eyes.
Oh my gosh. And that hit of highlight within the dark pupil there.
Yes.
This little frog has so much personality and is so engaging. I think the audience is going to love that.
And interesting how just a little bit of light color can bring so much personality and make a painting pop.
Exactly. That just, oh man. And yes, Maddie, I love this hit of blue.
Yes. Wouldn't have expected that.
Wouldn't have expected it at all, but it works.
But it works, yes.
I'm just having so much fun watching her create. It's really just in these unexpected moments, you know. That's where the real charm of Art Battle is.
Now she's solidifying that away from the background.
That oomph factor, the contrast of these
Yes.
dark lines that we love so much. And again, with this portrait, very connective.
And the palette is
Artists,
just.
you have 1 minute remaining. 1 minute left. Audience, let's hear it for these artists. They got 1 minute
Oh
left.
God, this has gone fast.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Oh. Yes.
There's got a car down there.
That's such a cool detail. I didn't notice that until you pointed it out. Thanks, Bob. Our sweet little alien jellyfish character from Mona here is just like a Technicolor dream. So surreal. Oh, I love the cloud of hair. Yeah, I love the way that
Just a
she's just
little-
puffed in the hair.
Just a little color in the hair. That is.
And thoughts on Cameron's piece?
It is so different from what I'm used to, but I really. Oh, there he goes. Yeah.
Yes. He's like a maestro. He's
Yes,
a
he
conductor.
is. Oh, look at that. It's
8.
Oh, that's just.
4, 3, 2, 1. Rushes down.
What a night.
Oh
What a night for
my
painting.
gosh.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I am just so thrilled.
And interesting, right next to each other, they've got the same palette.
Yeah,
Palette.
similar palette, but totally different energies
Yeah.
in those portraits from Vig and Maddie.
Top 2 painters from the first round will be painting again in the third and final round. And the winner of the third round will be the 2023 Art Battle.
Well, you guys out there, get out and vote. Vote, vote, vote. Vote for your favorite.
Just hearing our MC kind of closing out the round here. Chris Pemberton.
Home with you. You've got a few minutes to vote. We've seen all the painters. We're going to see 4 of these painters paint again. Coming
So sweet.
I feel good. Like, I was definitely in a groove, but I mean, I haven't looked at the other artists' work, so we'll see. I don't know. I look back at the easel though, and I put my heart and soul into it, so I'm happy with that.
Well, thank you for being part of the National Art Battle.
Thank you.
What's up, guys? You want to do the shot now? I think we did already, but we can do it. Come on up.
So JD, I know you're working on bringing up right now. Tell me
Yeah.
how it went.
I think it went really well. I mean, 20 minutes is not a lot of time to do a painting. I would say true to New York, kind of did like a New York City street painting. It's kind of been my thing recently. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Everyone's so strong here, so I'm just honored to be up here. It's amazing.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ramona. We are live. Art Battle National.
We'll be moving forward to a 4-artist final showdown. That was incredible. Bob, what do you think? What was the energy of that round? Any favorites?
It was just fast-paced. No favorites. I really like that frog. I can't believe they did that with that frog.
I know.
That face.
Oh, the connective energy. Oh my gosh, I feel like in this round, in particular, the artists made a huge effort towards creating paintings that really connected with the audience.
Yes.
We had Cameron's very thoughtful, almost like a wistful pose. Felt like witnessing like an intimate moment of this woman. It was really beautiful. Heather, the connection of that frog. What was your favorite piece of, or part of that piece?
Well, obviously the eyes, but I really liked what she wound up doing with the background. I thought it was done, and then she did more, and it worked. And it wasn't muddy.
Exactly. So something that Heather is really, really talented at is creating very intelligently in terms of the timeline that she has available to her in Art Battle. So she'll start off with her background, it'll be pretty abstract, then she'll get into doing her main thing, establish all of the details there, and then it's almost as if she's like, oh, I got 5 more minutes, and then just does even more. So it's already great. You're like, this is amazing. It's great. I thought you were done. And she's like, you thought I was done.
Because sometimes when you think it's done, then they should stop. And they don't, and you think, ooh, but not with her.
Exactly. There's always the danger of overpainting in Art Battle. That is a very real threat to the artists. But I think these guys did a great job managing. And then Maddie, with that, what was it that you said, Bob? The expression that you used?
That came into the room.
That it came into the room.
Yeah, I mean, it did. It just...
so present. Such great eye contact. The connection there was fantastic. Vig with all of those transparencies.
Yeah, and then with the New York guy, from
JD,
what he could do with the tools that he had.
That I know, it was blowing my mind.
And they all have. I mean, they choose whatever they want. So it's interesting what they do. What they do choose, whereas before it would have been brushes.
Yep.
And our paint. That's it.
Yeah, and now we have this kind of open media rule where the artists get to bring more of their own weaponry to battle, as it were.
Yeah, and then to cut a hole in the painting.
Oh my gosh, I know, Mona, such a surprise, and so she and I were talking last night about the nature of performance in Art Battle, and I would always describe her work as being highly performative. And she's like, "Oh, really? You think so?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Because she always does something that's so totally unexpected, and to her, she's just creating from her heart and something that is inside her that needs to come out. And for us, we're like, whoa, she did that. I wasn't expecting it. And so there's that level of engagement that's present when she's creating from a more private place. And it was just really cool to learn that about her.
And when you're cutting it in this format, you can really mess up. Boom, it's gone.
You could lose a finger. We'll have to check on. I didn't see any crimson going onto the canvas. so I think she's safe. But yeah, one wrong cut, she could have ruined her entire composition.
Yeah.
But yeah, such a stellar piece and so unexpected. And then from Ananda with that figure holding the teddy bear.
Oh, that was.
That's a special
sweet.
piece.
Yeah,
that's a special piece. There's so much vulnerability, I think, in that piece, and using the teddy bear to symbolize that. And so, to me, the character feels quiet, but then the palette is so vibrant and loud. What do you think about that?
Yes, but it was still soft. Even though it was bright, it was. I mean, I don't know how you can be loud and soft, but
yeah.
It gave me a feeling of softness. Maybe it was the teddy bear, but it was done well.
I couldn't agree more, Bob. I think that there was just that. It's a very unique energy. I'm so excited and happy for all of these artists. All 13 of our artists who have painted tonight. It's going to be really, really tough to choose. So we've got the top two artists from round number 1 and the top two artists from round number 2 that we just watched, moving forward into a 30-minute final showdown. So we're you guys, as the audience, when you're thinking about who you want to vote for, I encourage you to not only think about which painting visually you like the best, but also whose performance you enjoyed the most, and because you could see them paint again. And I know that I really want to see a couple of these artists. I want to see what other tricks they're gonna pull out of their.
That's going to be interesting. What they save for the last. And remember, you can buy this, put it in your home, and now that you've watched them paint it, you can have a story to tell.
Yeah, it just really involves the collector because you're participating in a way in the creation of the painting, and that you're being a witness to it. You guys could tell that I've been hanging out with artists all weekend. Very, we're witnessing the beauty of the creation of art, but we are.
We're a little partial.
Yeah, more can be esoteric on your own time. But seriously, so much wonderful work created up at the easel, and we will be back for round number 3 in just a few minutes. We have 4 artists who are yet to be revealed, and votes are rolling in. So make sure that you head to that link on the screen, artbattle.com/Daytona, and make sure that you cast your vote, and also pay attention to the auction as well. But I think there were definitely some really unique pieces created, and I think that it's going to be very difficult for the audience to look at what they want to choose. I think that there's going to be a lot of kind of competing eye contact and within our portraits and within our animals there.
And the neat thing, because we'll be able to go over and look at them side by side, but you at home will be able to, on your phones, to look at how diverse they were and how unique they are.
Yeah, the way that voting is capturing all of these moments as well. So even if someone is not watching on the live stream, or you just want to get those little snippets, there's about 5 images available to view within that voting screen. And so you'll get kind of a snapshot at the 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 15, the 20. And I love just seeing the progression of the pieces that way, and especially as we pay attention to the final and how those pieces evolve, the final's going to be 30 minutes.
Yes, and it's a little larger.
Yeah, a little larger
larger.
canvas. So, Bob, how do you think that the 10 minutes is going to impact the way that these artists approach their pieces?
Well, I have seen it happen where they finished too soon because they were thinking 20 minutes. So, but it allows them to have a chance to possibly more detail.
More detail, or you could potentially face the danger of overpainting.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the.
It's high stakes, man. It is high stakes. And actually, only one of these artists is going to be crowned the 2023 national champion. They get a gigantic trophy. It is enormous.
It is.
It's so big. It's so big. You guys will be able to see it when we go to clips of some of our artist interviews. You'll see it behind the artists. It is enormous. I have not tried to lift it. And they'll also be taking home a sizable cash prize as well. So some very, very exciting stuff happening today. And we are just very grateful to One Daytona as well for having us. And it's a really fantastic opportunity to get to see all of these artists competing live from all across the country. We just have it's such an opportunity.
It's just a fun time, fun, joyous time.
Yeah, just enjoying it so much. And we're also so grateful to our helping team here, our local organizers for Daytona Beach. We have Angel, who's in the background right now, resetting the stage, getting it ready for the final round. And it's just been such a wonderful effort from so many different people to make this thing come together. And we are super, super grateful.
If you've never been to Daytona and you come, this is a beautiful place to come to. So you want to come and enjoy the fresh air, the sea breeze.
Yes. We will be back for round number 3 in just a few minutes, and our winner announcement. You guys will be sure
Final round. All right, before we announce the winners, let's please show our all 13 painters have been such. For the trophy, the prize, and the title of national champion, from round number 1, Jesse Baggett. Also from round number 1, Frida Haas. And from round number 2, Heather Olsen. And also from round number 2, Big Mayo. All right, congratulations to Jesse, to Heather, Big, and Frida. You may come up to the stage to make your ballots. They have 30 minutes on the clock, bigger canvases. It's all happening right now. We'll be back to the third round in just a few minutes.
A massive congratulations to our winners who have just been announced. These 4 artists are moving on to the third and final round, and we're going to get a chance to see them paint again.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. So if you missed the announcement, our winners moving forward into the final, representing Texas, is Jesse Baggett.
Okay.
Representing Seattle, representing Seattle is Frida Haas. And we have Heather Olsen representing Phoenix and Vig Mail representing Florida. So these 4 artists are going to be moving forward into the 30-minute final. I'm so excited.
It's going to be a diverse round.
Yeah, it's going to be a diverse round. Bob, how are you feeling about these winners?
Well, obviously I'm excited for Jessie because she's from Texas. But she did a good job. I've never seen her paint a flamingo before. But all of these artists, we got a show in front of us. We really have a show in front of us.
I know.
30 minutes show.
Yeah, the addition of the extra 10 minutes, I think, is just going to give them room to expand just that little bit more and get more into detail. Maybe do some more complicated compositional moves. It is sure to be an absolutely epic performance and an epic final round.
Yeah, it is.
So exciting. We will be back for round number 3 in just a few minutes. We're going to let our artists get ready to take on the canvas again, because right now the celebration of their win is washing over them, and then they're thinking, oh, now I gotta go get more paint, and I gotta paint again.
What am I gonna do?
So something funny that Chris Pemberton, our MC and co-founder, said yesterday was the way to win Art Battle is to do the best painting of your life ever in 20 minutes, and then when you get to the final, do an even better one. So that's what we have to look forward to. All of these artists just absolutely bringing their A game and going to the top. So cannot wait. Round number 3 happening in just a few minutes.
So you get prepared. We're going to have a party afterwards, and y'all can celebrate afterwards too for seeing such a great show.
Yeah, it's just such a privilege to be able to see everyone working and doing their best and exposing this very personal method of painting in this performative way, and I just love it so much. All right, back back for round number 3 in a few minutes.
but exactly the tone that's going on in the canvas. But that green is just making all of these tone switches that are on top of it just kind of pop.
She's still referring to her. I was just saying that she's still looking at her. She's referring, I guess, to her image that she brought with her, or different color palette or something. She's viewing as she's painting.
And I also really appreciate that Jessie had a second reference ready. That tells me that she was confident that she might get into the final.
That would be if you didn't plan for that. And I've talked to other artists that when we talk about doing the 120 minute know what we like and love and create, they've all done a wonderful job. Yes.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of art battle.
Ooh, that yellowish next to that deep teal is so gold. I love it.
Yeah, so much mood in this portrait that's taking shape, and it's so exciting to know that over the next remainder of this round, we'll be able to get more intrigue of this character. I love the contrast of the colors in those glasses.
Just in love with the color palette here. I don't know what it is. I normally am like a pastel-y type of person, but this is very rich and bold. Ooh, what's she adding up there?
Bright red.
Oh, she's getting strips in.
Oh my gosh. Big drip guy here. Love these drips.
I am too.
What a cool effect. Great way to elevate it and do something really special with the background, with that negative space.
Not that I even needed it, but it does add something extra, and I'm
Seattle, yes indeed. This is the Northwest Regional Championship, and soon we will figure
for you, and then we're coming back around this way.
All right, let's do it. All right, you art fans, we are ready for the third and final round of the Art Battle National Championship. Here we go, we've got 4 painters who are winners here already tonight. Now they have 30 minutes on the clock, bigger canvases, and it's all at stake. The trophy, the prize, the title, the bragging rights. Oh, we have an art fan has crashed the stage here. There we go. All right, at easel number 1, ladies and gentlemen, Jessie Baggett! At easel number 2, Frida Haas! At easel number 3, Heather Olsen! And at easel number 4, Big Mel! All right, we're going to count down from 5. When we get to 1, we're all going to scream, let's paint artists have 30 minutes. The work is going to be amazing. The canvases are blank right now. Anything can happen. But in 30 minutes, your vote will choose the winner. Audience, are you ready? Round 3 starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's paint!
So much more for us to, for our eyes to just feast upon.
Again, and see them just bring it with that extra 10 minutes on the clock. And bigger canvases as well. We're actually we can see with the scale just in front of Jessie here.
Yeah, she would have had the last canvas finished by now.
I believe it. You know, above, I believe it. All right, and
there we go.
Frida, already
Look at
she
it.
gets so much drawing done so quickly.
Yeah.
It's like her arm, her pencil doesn't even leave the canvas. She just moves on to the next part of it. Wow, I think that this is going to be a really special piece. I feel like this is going to end up being very fashion forward.
Oh, yeah. A gown of someone dancing. Oh.
And Heather has started off with a similar technique of toning out the canvas and putting all of that orange down. But we are seeing a portrait, I think, from her this time. Wow.
Yeah.
I totally did not expect her to go from that frog painting into a portrait.
Yes.
Such a versatile artist.
That's neat to see the contrast,
Mhm.
the versatility that she can show out.
And
Okay, go ahead.
Heather, I think, is actually working in oil paint as well. So we're going to see some really soft blends from her, I think, in the skin tones of this character. Oh, that was cool. Watching the brush push in the hair there. And another very expressive artist who starts with drawing is Vig Mayall, and we can see that she's got the drawing of a profile done already. Just, it's so difficult to establish the proportions of a profile perfectly, because with a profile there's really no room to hide. If the proportions are off, the whole thing looks off.
Yeah.
But beautiful execution so far from Vig here.
Oh, that's interesting.
What are you seeing, Bob?
I mean, the fact with the toy fish, the bird, I guess that's a dove or some type, and whatever. That may have some kind of symbolism with something that's going on now. Is that? I mean,
I don't know.
Oh,
but
story songs or.
Yeah, seeing.
Okay,
Just,
that's a buffalo.
that is such a good call. How did you get buffalo just from this shape here?
The horn.
The horn. All right. And Bob, you're also the Jessie Baggett aficionado as well here. Very familiar with her style, right?
Right. Yes, very. And what's interesting, people don't know, she was ceramics. I never knew for probably 6 years that she painted.
No way.
Beautiful clay work. She's
my
just
gosh.
a brilliant artist.
Wow, that is so cool. I love learning all of these different facts about artists, and you kind of, it enriches your understanding of the painting, I think, as well, knowing that they might have a different art practice as well. Whoa, so much color.
Boy, that's... Oh, this was the dress, wasn't it? The sketch.
Yeah, it's almost unrecognizable because there's just, now it's all about the color. Previously it was all about the drawing. Wow. Check out the way that the sponge technique is going down from Frida.
Now this is acrylic, right?
I believe that this is acrylic, yeah. And it's just moving so buttery, though.
Oh.
What? No way!
Okay, now that's not just water, is it? Is it?
No, I think
Is it alcohol or?
maybe it's alcohol. It's definitely some kind of unconventional material. Maybe. I honestly, we're just gonna have to ask her something that disrupted the
Yeah.
surface tension of the paint to create those rings.
You can use salt.
Yeah.
Chlorine salt
Mhm.
for dyeing to get effects like that. I don't even know you could do that, but that is.
That was a wow moment.
It was.
Oh my gosh. And we're really getting
Oh.
some gorgeous establishment of this figure here from Heather. I just love this kind of languid gesture of the hand, just thoughtfully like resting.
A lot of people are afraid of hands.
I am.
Yeah, I mean,
especially when it comes to art battle. Hands are really
that's,
difficult. What do you think is the most difficult about painting hands in an art battle setting?
perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's the general thing of any hands and feet.
And really getting
The right proportions.
the right proportions, not doing sausage fingers.
Well, yeah.
I've seen that happen at
Yes,
the easel
yeah.
quite a few times before. Oh, this is
Oh,
a
gosh.
cool. So we're seeing Vig mixing in this container, and she's thrown her canvas on the ground and is pulling the paint right out of the pot. This feels very physical, very performance.
Oh, yeah, she's searching.
She's so intense in this process right now, and it makes me feel almost like she's like alone in her studio, just with that vibrant energy. Cool.
Okay.
So Jessie usually does 2 animals, right?
Right.
But we gave her an extra 10 minutes, and she's like, you know what? I'll give you 3.
Oh, that's right. It is, isn't it? There are 3 in there.
Yeah, I think.
Well, you got eyes.
I got eyes. I'm paying
Oh,
attention.
look at
I'm paying
that.
attention. We've got our buffalo, our hare, and I think our hare is looking down at maybe a heron.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just think it's so cool the way that Jessie is able to express the forms of these animals at this early stage with so few lines. Like it still floors me that you were just like, oh yeah, it's a buffalo with just like a triangle of the horn. And that just speaks to Jessie's talent of being able to express shape.
It's going to be a dancer, isn't it?
I think I would say it has to be. There's so much movement here.
Dancing in the rain. No, except there's no rain in the sky.
But the rain maybe is her skirt? Cool.
Oh, yeah. How unique.
Yeah, the concept here. Frida is not fooling around. Frida came to win. That's what she wants to do. With this painting, she's really bringing out all the stops and giving us some really interesting techniques to contemplate, and this very celebratory feeling of this character just taking up so much space within the composition.
Well, watching most of these people paint, it's like watching an old-timey film sped up 16 times.
Yeah, like one of those animations.
Yeah, but they're doing it in real time.
Yeah.
They're just really getting after it now.
Oh,
This regal.
Did you say regal?
Regal.
That's
yeah.
totally the right word. There's definitely a regality here, and I'm enjoying the way that Heather is kind of chipping in these squared strokes and then moving her brush over it again to soften the edge that she just created. It's such a...
Now, is this oil?
Yes. Yes,
So-
I believe this is oil.
Is an oil harder to paint with because it can muddy up easy, or what is the...
So oil, I would say yes, is more difficult to paint with in a speed setting like this because it's once you muddy it, you really can't go back. Whereas with acrylic, you can wait for it to dry, and even in the art battle context, the acrylic is going to dry pretty fast, so you might still have the chance to go over it if you need to by the end of the round. But with oil, that's going to stay wet for a few days. So there's really a push and pull of advantages and disadvantages of using oil versus acrylic. And any artist who uses both will absolutely talk your ear off. So look forward to that later at the bar, Bob. All right, Vig Mail here. The introduction of this bird. The way that blue and kind of periwinkle color is playing with the orange lines is just beautiful. What are you thinking is your favorite part?
I really like the wings. It reminds me of an Indian dance.
Mm-hmm.
With
like
feathers.
the powwow dancing.
Yeah. What?
That's a great reference. That adds a different layer to it for me. So now we have all of this vibrant yellow over top of the red that Jesse had used for the fur of the buffalo, and we're getting that kind of classic Jesse color usage by playing with that hot and cold.
You have 20 minutes left to paint. 10 minutes gone, 20
I'm sure
minutes
there's some
left
Western
to
painters that
follow.
would probably go bananas seeing a buffalo painted yellow and orange.
That's something
but she does it so well.
Yeah, and
just
I love that you highlighted that, like Western painters, because she's kind of like taking that Texas iconography and bringing it into a more contemporary space with the way that she's using the colors and having fun with it with the introduction of the other animals. That whimsy. Jesse has that whimsy. I just love the way that this is evolving.
Yeah, this is going to be a surprise somewhere in here. Well, we've already had one surprise.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that we caught that on on camera because it was a split second.
Yeah, if we'd have been a little later, we'd say, "Oh, what happened here?"
Yeah, we'd be completely mystified by how these bubbles came to be. And honestly, I still am. It was one split second of just, and then all of these constellation marks almost appeared.
And they're not running.
Yeah.
So it just.
Oh man, I am gonna be just picking these artists' brains for their techniques, and for anyone who's curious about these artists and wants to investigate their studio work, at the Art Battle Instagram at Art Battle, we have profiles on all of these artists. So go check them out. I love that silly moment from Frida. She's you can tell that she's really having fun at the easel. And just that joy is really translated into the piece. What are you thinking of the way that she's executing the arms and the hands right now?
They're just like materializing. Because I wonder, what is she going to do with that? And then just a few, what's a painterly term?
Gestural?
Now when you fill in an area.
A few strokes later?
Well, yeah, there you go. A few strokes later, we've got it.
Oh, look at that little hit of blue in the eyes from Heather's portrait here.
Such a personality.
Yeah, it's really coming through.
Do you think she's going to do anything else to the hair?
You know what? I think that she is.
I think so.
But I almost don't want her to because I love how loose these flowing strokes are, and we got to see that as well. The camera was over when we just saw her go and put in the hair there, and I just love that kind of gestural energy. And speaking of gestural energy, Vig paints so intuitively. And when we're looking at her reference, we can really see that she's taking so many liberties with the colors that she's choosing.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, just
completely different, isn't it?
yeah, it's so different in tone and theme from Vig's first round qualifying piece as well. This one feels more tranquil, whereas the other one, there was more of that kind of forefront of passion, and this one I think is a little bit softer, and I think that that's a great contrast between the two pieces, and that the audience is going to appreciate that.
And I think it's interesting with, I assume that's koi fish and a bird. And now what is this down here? Is it a shell?
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that. I don't know what it is, but we're all just living in Vig's world now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it is yeah.
What do you think of the way that Jessie is laying down her darker colors now?
Well, it bounces around. It balances it all out. That's a good lesson for someone to know. Put your colors around the whole place. Or whatever. I know there's terminology for that, right? Balance.
Yeah, compositional balance.
So let your eye go from place to place. That's what it does. It leads your eye around.
For sure. I like
Let's hear it for these artists. They're halfway there.
All right.
There she's dancing up a storm.
Oh man, this is so wonderful. You can even you sense that little cock of the hip that the dancer is doing. You really, with just a few simple lines, you really have a good understanding of the anatomy of the body here. And it takes a very special skill set to be able to communicate that complex anatomy so simply.
And the angle of the elbow, the arm, that just adds to that. Oh.
Yeah, that.
That sultry. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man. Ooh, I like what Frida's doing here, playing with the edges of the dress by bringing in the background color with that palette knife, just adding in that painterly emphasis. Oh my God, this is so cool. She's sharpening all of these lines. What?
Like, what is she going to do next?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I just had one of those moments where I was like, I know I need to be talking, but I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's like reading a mystery that's got so many twists and turns.
Yeah. And the way that the rest of the painting is so loose, and then to just kind of tidy everything up and make that line very straight, she just went and it's so skillful. Whoa. The glasses.
What a difference.
The glasses.
Oh. And I know they're in the picture, but I never even pictured them in this picture.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either. And for me, the big surprise and excitement in the technique is, again, with those reflections. Like,
yes.
Heather's communicating gold with just a few hits of yellow, brown, and white. To be able to communicate that metallic. Go ahead, Bob.
Oh, I mean, painters are like magicians, right? Things materialize out of the hat.
Yeah, it's just wild watching them work.
It's such a different color scheme.
I'm loving the play of this lime green in contrast to that orange line, and I think that orange line is a little bit of pastel as well. Some of that, more of that mixed media action from Vig.
So what is she doing here? Oh, kelp or no?
Some sort of seed, like those dried sea corals.
Yeah.
I love watching her work, and something that's really cool about watching Vig painting is that she's often not just focusing on one area at a time. She's kind of dancing all over the canvas, and she's really assessing the whole piece and adjusting on the fly. and it's so engaging.
We got a lot of surprises coming out of that one.
And we still have 10 minutes left.
Oh.
We still have 10 minutes left. A whole third of the round is remaining, and
really, people are going to get a good selection of paintings. Put them in your house, folks.
yeah, we have to remind you guys to vote. It's going to be so difficult, I think, to choose the winner in this round. But you will have to help us by voting, and you will vote at artbattle.com/Daytona, the link that is on your screen. And all of the works created today are also available for silent auction at that same link. So if you are sitting here falling in love with this buffalo the same way that Bob and I are, head on over to that link, and we will face you in the bidding as soon as we're off air.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wouldn't mind having a Jessie bag in it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget about the auction. You can take one of these paintings home.
What a stunner. Oh my gosh, the shoes.
Got shoes on. Now.
Wow. So, this is so cool. So Frida established so many of the main shapes very quickly, but every single time we come around, even when we think that it's a finished painting, she's just like, boom, more surprise, boom, more surprise. The shoes are a really fun addition to the piece.
Well, the face, I know it's not detailed, but it is in comparison to everything below her waist.
Yeah, she's done a really great job at choosing where to simplify shapes. So what I saw you just get stopped in your tracks. What about what Frida is doing right now is striking you?
Was she starting to cover up some of those little bubbles, but they're still there. So
was that a moment of fear that you thought she was going to take the bubbles away?
No, don't take them all away.
Yeah, you can have some, but let us keep most of them. We love the bubble. Oh my!
Oh wow! Now this is just, gosh.
The energy. Oh my goodness! I love how loose this piece is right now in the clothing.
Abstractly, it's almost like being in a field of grass coming through it. Well, that's pretty abstractly, isn't it?
Yeah, you get that sense of movement. There's so much dynamic action going on here. And we still have 7 minutes left. I can't imagine how Heather's going to make this even better, but I know that she will.
Well, yeah. I wasn't expecting the blue.
I love that contrast of the blue.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, man.
Surprise gold foil from Big Mail, bringing out the secret weapon.
Unique. Now, okay, we'll find out what it is.
This is incredible. And this, it's very difficult to apply gold foil in a specific way this quickly.
Because you may not be able to control it, right? Or it may control you. Oh my gosh.
I am having my mind blown right now. She's laid down probably a glue in the areas that it's sticking to, and now she's just rubbing it all off. I love seeing that coral come to life with the gold.
And it did.
Wow, such an unexpected element. Yeah, such an incredible unexpected element.
I mean, these do kind of make you speechless at moments. It's like, what's going on here?
Exactly. We got a tough job. We have to speak through the awe.
Yeah.
Oh man, and just this is coming together so wonderfully from Jessie. I think Jessie has such an incredible talent for being able to use color to express shadow.
Yes. I wondered about that fuchsia color, but it works.
Yeah, it's.
And she's got a little bit over in that hair and a little bit up there in that rabbit. It just works.
It totally does, and it's such a great harmonizing element as well to have kind of that accent color linking all three of the animals. And how fun is it that we just saw Jessie with her the brush in her mouth?
Yeah.
5 minutes remaining. Time is moving fast for the artist hands are moving faster as they complete these masterpieces in just 30 minutes.
So I think you were about to say something about that catch light when she just put in the little highlight on the eye
eyes,
there.
yes. And it's such a simple thing, but you can blow it, right? You can.
I have done it.
Yeah, and it looks so easy, but.
And speaking of things that look easy that are immensely complicated, look at. I love that we're getting so close in here and having the opportunity to see how simple these little shapes are. But the more simple the shape, the more careful you have to be with its placement, right?
Right. Well, it is neat to see it up close because I didn't realize that I didn't see that before, the texture within the background.
Oh, true. Yeah, I just love how clean it is on that one line against the bodice.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. This is nationals. This is where we're at. And
it's the best of the best.
Exactly. And that's so evident watching these pieces come to life, not only in the final round right now, but also throughout the entire night. High level of execution. Oh, I love the highlight that's on the knuckles. What's your favorite part, Bob?
I just like the head coming out of everything, how it just which is being done because I believe the blue has an awful lot to do with that.
It's just such a unique energy from this piece. There's this kind of contemplative quality of the figure with the hand and the eye contact, and then all of this crazy energy happening around in the background and the hair and everything being more abstract. It's a really cool contrast of that kind of calm versus intense energy.
Okay, so by the neck, that's background. But in the front, that's foreground.
Yeah.
What?
How did she do that?
What is that?
How did she do it?
Wow. Oh, gosh.
Oh, my God. I love the lime.
It's just these little subtle things that they add that.
Oh, my gosh. I think it's really cool, too, that Vig is painting over little parts of the foil. I didn't expect that. Oh, my goodness.
But that foil, once if it's on glue, it's there. Right, yeah.
Yeah, it is safely adhered. Oh. We love watching painting. Oh, such a good moment.
Oh, these little subtle things.
I'm so happy that we're catching all of these final kind of accent points that Vig is putting on, just really bringing this portrait home.
1 minute?
Oh my gosh, 1 minute remaining only. And soon it will be your job to vote. So make sure that if you are not registered already, go to artbattle.com/Daytona and you will be able to see all of these works and choose your favorite and help us choose who's going to be the 2023 national champion. Oh my goodness. They're all so different.
Yeah, and they're also good. That's what you expect. This is
We're in the big leagues.
yeah, really big league.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Canada's national battle. I got to go last June. You know that was excellent. Yeah, I see you people out there. Watch these videos as much as you can. There's some neat stuff.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down, painters. Wow, what a round. What a
That
round.
was so much fun, and now you got a little work to do. One of these painters is going to become the Art Battle National Champion for 2023, and it is your job to help us select who that is going to be. Right now, you need to vote for which painter you think deserves to be the Art Battle National Champion. Have a look at all 4 amazing paintings. These ladies do not disappoint. What an amazing round. Now the tough part is we have to choose. So get in there, cast your vote. So get in there, cast your vote, cast a bid, take one of these paintings home. We will be back to announce the winner in about 10 minutes. So get your votes in there now.
For our online audience, we are going to need your help choosing who is going to be representing the U.S. as the 2023 national champion. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Bob, overall thoughts on our final round?
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was
very
pretty awesome.
surprising. It was neat to be able to keep engaged with each one of the paintings because you didn't know what was going to happen, and they fulfilled our desires to keep us engaged.
Oh, for sure. And so often I feel like we're watching the painting and we're going, oh, I would love it if they did this, and then they do it, and you're like, oh my God. And then you're also just as excited and engaged when they do something that's a surprise, like big with that metal foil, totally unexpected. Really, really interesting addition. Oh man, these guys, they did not come to play today.
Yeah, kudos to Art Battle for making this happen. Yes.
Yeah, Art Battle is pretty cool.
And
We
for
love
all
it a
you
lot.
people out there supporting it.
Yes, thank you so much to everyone who's joining us on the stream to watch all of this art magic unfold. Art Battle wouldn't be what it is without all of you incredible people who are engaging with it, and without all of our wonderful artists who are painting in it. And we also want to super shout out One Daytona for having us for the national championship. But so for nationals, we have the top artists in the country, but they're
so diverse.
Yeah, they're so diverse, and just purely from a numbers standpoint. So for the last year, qualifying events have happened to lead up to city and state championships, and then those artists are the artists that we're seeing now. So there have been hundreds of paintings created to come to this moment to have one single painting win.
Yes.
So I'm jazzed.
Yes. That would be a big bracket.
Yeah, it's a huge, just a huge undertaking of all of these incredible pieces. But yeah, massive effort.
And once again, to you artists out there that are a little paranoid, do it. 20 minutes is not going to kill you.
I love
and
it.
you can have a lot of fun. And boy, you can party when it's over.
I know I am. That's what
Yeah.
Bob and I are doing later. And yes, you can share your work with us at artbattle.com, and we take applications from not just the U.S., but actually all over the world. We have many events in many different countries, and we would love to see your work. So make sure that you submit, and maybe we'll be seeing you up here on this stage next year.
That's right. And you people out there, cities can put on their own art battle. Just call them up. That's what we did, and it's been great. You can promote your artists, you can promote your culture, you can promote your city, and you can raise the level of living in the whole place. So give them a call and look at it.
It's a pretty amazing way to build community and participate in community, especially I think because for artists are often hanging out with other artists who work in the same style or the same media. And with Art Battle being all about applications, we have artists coming from different walks that don't know each other, and it creates these entirely new art networks. So it's a really fun, unique way to engage.
And then these guys are going to go back to their different places in the States, but they're going to be connected, which is neat. So it's a whole networking of art. Yeah, well, I'm a little spoiled with artists. I love the art.
Yeah.
And it's a unification of the community, because it doesn't make any difference who you are, how old you are. You can still appreciate art.
And it doesn't mean, or it doesn't matter where you are, what walk of life, how old you are, that kind of thing. Able-bodied, disabled, neurodivergent, neurotypical. We have artists of all kinds welcome at Art Battle, and the only requirement is just to get up there for 20 minutes and do your thing. Feeling very lucky to see these guys working tonight.
And you all out there watching, you're fortunate you got to see this.
It's pretty cool. And you're not passive observers here, because we need you to vote. We need you to vote at artbattle.com/Daytona, the link that is at the bottom of your screen there. And also, again, reminding you guys that you can participate in the auction and take any of these pieces home. You don't need to be in the room for us to ship them to you and for you to be able to collect them and be able to hang these moments on your walls.
And what moment you'll have.
What moments you'll have. And the votes are now rolling in, and I'm sure that it's a tight race, because those were 4 really incredible paintings. I wouldn't be surprised if it's neck and neck at this moment. So really we're ticking into our final moments of being able to vote. So if you've yet to vote, or if you're waffling on which artist to pick, just pick one. Pick one, and because every vote really, really does count. We often hear that it can be a really tight race.
Yes, and vote. Make your decision and vote, because you don't want to vote after it closes. So vote now.
Contribute. Be a part of Art Battle national history. Oh man, I can't wait to see who's gonna come out on top. It's truly a surprise. Usually I have an idea, I think. But I can't call it. I really can't call it.
Well, when it's the cream of the crop, yeah.
And when the pieces are that diverse and unique, it really is hard to kind of predict who's going to be the winner. So yeah, just when the quality is this high, that's it's a hard choice. It is a hard choice. I'm stumped as to who I would vote for. I'm feeling lucky to be in the streamer position right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Voting. But you guys got to. You guys have to. Oh man, what would you say is your favorite moment of painting so far tonight?
Well, I have to say the shock of the bubbles. Of course, that just happened, so that's in my head.
That was the shock of the bubbles.
I just I'm seeing a bunch of stuff, but I haven't seen that.
Yeah, totally. So many unique little moments, but yeah, that's definitely a standout piece of Frida just going, and
so
then
I guess that was like a petticoat. Is that what that would be? Kind of.
Yeah, or like the different layers of ruffling of the dress, and the way that she used contrast of color, she used contrast of light and dark, she used contrast of texture. We had a lot of texture in the background and then more smooth areas as well. She used rough
Line.
edges and
Uh-huh,
line. Like,
Nice.
that was a special piece.
What was yours?
I loved when Vig did the surprise foil. That was really, really cool. I liked
Yeah.
that a lot. I also think watching JD do those really careful, proportionate blocks for the building
Yeah.
with the brayer, I was like,
Yeah.
how do you do that? Any more favorites
That was-
from you?
Well, the frog. I really like that little frog.
Yeah, love the frog.
Things that come out of artist minds. Or do they research? I guess some people do research. Do they dream about it? Do they? Well, she obviously had looked at a frog before.
But yeah, it's so
But-
unique the way they translate that.
Yeah. And noticing last year and now, these artists, they come and they're drawing all the time. They're sketching during the day. They're going around just.
And for some of these artists, actually, this wasn't even their first painting of the day. Like, Ananda came up and did a practice painting, and she did a full painting, and it was so good. A full painting. I think some other favorite moments for me, I loved the way that Kahala approached that piece, and where it felt like we were kind of in on this private moment of the two figures experiencing the bathing. I thought that was really beautiful.
And that was probably, her painting style was probably the only one of the group that was like that.
Yes, they had a really unique style, and Kahala's palette, I think, was a little bit more muted, whereas we had a lot of super vibrant colors within that round. And I think that actually was an advantageous choice because it helped that piece to stand out, engaging in that kind of subtlety.
All right, go ahead. You were going to say another one.
Well, I'm always going to say
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm always going to say it.
There's something unique about each one of them that we can talk about.
Right?
Uh,
Let's talk about each of them until we run out of time and we have to get off the stage for the winner announcement. Okay, so Ari, that circle moment you said that you liked.
yes. What was it?
When-
when he with his made up paint with the jars and
Yeah.
doing that. Yes.
That was such a cool moment, seeing him using hand-me paint and then using that, I think it was the lid of a spray can to kind of stamp on there. Like, who thinks of that?
Yeah.
Who thinks of that?
And his unique use of the palette. And yeah, I thought that was a unique style.
I absolutely agree. And Kenzen, watching that piece come together, the portrait with the upturned chin and the eyes over to the side, I felt there was just such a presence about that character. And I loved the way that you described it as like having that kind of victory, that feeling of resilience.
Yes. He did. He reminded me of I don't know if you know, but an épée fighter, a sword fighter, not a foil, but an épée.
Yeah.
It was a different type, and he just reminded the way he attacked his canvas that way.
Yeah, fully engaged and like.
And then Cameron with
dancer.
two brushes in one hand and the other, and wiggling around.
Oh my gosh, I love watching Cameron paint. He's such an engaging painter, and I thought it was so fun that we got in the last 30 seconds. He's doing one stroke over here, and then one stroke with his other hand at the same time. What? Oh my gosh, so many wonderful moments. Okay, we will chat with you guys in a bit. We're going to get our winner announcement now.
These are spark cannons.
Yes, we need to.
You don't have to go anywhere. You can. You don't have to, but you can.
You don't have to get up? You think we're going to stay here?
No, Morgan wants to go.
Trophy happening in just 2 minutes, so come on down. It's almost time to find out who the national champion is.
Does that make sense?
We're all on headset,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So I'll start down. So in my mind, I'm starting down here. We'll get the walk up, all that. When the confetti goes, go to camera.
So you shot this whole thing with that?
I'm sorry?
You shot the whole thing with that?
Well, we have. Sorry. Yes, sir. Well, we're trying to establish what do I want to get right now. You know, so. Okay, so was I. But. Yeah, well, so what we were just discussing, I'll do whatever you want, but I mean, what we're discussing is I'm going to start down here where I'm at right now. It says that it's recording. There. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, what's that?
No, so I said you were shooting the whole thing with an iPhone?
Yeah, we have this camera, there's a camera up there, and you're switching between the two, if that makes sense. So there's like commentators sort of commentating, they're looking at what I'm filming and talking about it. But occasionally we're switching to them to...
So how good is that stabilized, or is it really good?
It's okay, but I'm on a stage with everybody else who's moving, so it doesn't matter how stable I am. It's the whole thing's moving. So but this is a little down and dirty, you know. So it's just get her done, you know. But you're trying to get some good shots along the way.
Yeah.
Like and like we're figuring out right now what we want to do. You know, we should have had that figured
I'll
out.
tell you what we noticed.
Yeah.
We were watching the screen while you were showing there. They look 10 times better on the screen when you were videoing than they did in person. Like so much more vibrant.
Yeah, we're doing 4K, which is rare.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because you usually don't have a need to do that. We just happen to have the capability to do it. So, like, you know, for example, like most of the, you're familiar with video at all, or
Yeah, literally. I mean, I have.
but
That's why I have a Samsung.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing video or if you're
It said do
watching
8K.
video on YouTube, it's low.
Yeah.
Like low res.
1080.
Like
Which
even
is
lower.
Yeah.
It's even lower.
It's all
Most
like
of it's
400.
yeah.
Yeah.
Most of it's actually lower. So we're at 4K, so it looks pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you don't realize it. Because what you're looking at, you think that's as clear as it's going to be.
Maybe be behind them a little bit and shooting it towards the camera, like towards the other stage where the camera's on. Does that make sense? So you're shooting away from the canvases.
All right, it is that time. The votes have been counted, and we are ready to announce who is the national champion. We're going to do it down here on this end of the stage, just for the cameras and the pyrotechnics and whatnot. We're going to do it down here. My name is Chris. I'm one of the founders of Art Battle. Holding the trophy here is Simon, one of the founders, and there's three of us. Sean, the other founder, is here with us tonight too. He brought his family. So on behalf of Simon and Sean and myself, I'd like to say thank you all for coming here tonight and helping us spread the amazingness of Art Battle. Thank you so much to One Daytona for having us here, for hosting the national championship. It means so much to us, and it's been everything that we dreamed of. Such an amazing show. So thank you very much to you guys. Thank you to One Daytona. And now, let's get to handing out this big trophy. All right? Before we do, I'd like to show our appreciation for all 13 painters who did such an amazing job here tonight. They are champions upon champions, and the level that they've gotten to is just incredible, and each one of them represents so many painters back in their home cities who have competed on a monthly basis to the regional finals, to the national championship, and we're so proud to be working with so many amazing artists across the country. But one is being crowned the national champion here tonight. Are you ready to hear who it is? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, art fans of all ages, your 2023 Art Battle National Champion is Jesse Baggett. Jesse, come join us on stage. All right, Jesse.
All right, I want to get clearer so I can hear.
Made your second consecutive appearance at the Art Battle National Championships. You made it to the Final Four last year, and this year you are the champ. How does it feel? It feels really wonderful. And next year you'll be making your third straight appearance at the National Championships, which will be a record. There's a lot of people watching online, probably some people watching from back home where you're from. Do you have anything you want to say to them?
Thank you guys for watching and voting. This is wonderful. Thank you guys.
Jesse Baggett, everyone. Your very shortly, and you can take your paintings home with you. If you are watching online and you have been to Winter Painting, as I know many of you have, they will be shipped to you. Congratulations to Jesse. Congratulations to all our painters who are champions of their cities and regions and came here to paint for you tonight and did such an amazing job. We are so proud. Thank you to Morgan and Bob for hosting the live stream. Thank you to Angel and her team for helping us to put on the national championship and for running such great events here in Florida. All right, stay with us. We're just getting started. Our panel is getting bigger and bigger. Next year, we're going to have the World Championships, and Jesse will be there. All right, from London, Daytona, and our panel, good night, everybody. Get home safe.
Yep. What an absolutely incredible national championship. The 2023 U.S. Nationals just concluded, and we have crowned our winner, Jesse Baggett, and it was such a well-deserved win, well-earned. All of the competitors today really brought their absolute A-game, and we could not be more excited to welcome a new champion to the Art Battle lore, and Jesse will actually be moving forward to compete in the international event next year. Details to be announced. It was just so phenomenal to see the way that all of these pieces were created and get really up close and personal with all of these champions, and getting to see all of these techniques just right up close. And we have Jesse coming over to our interview area right now with the trophy. Amazing. Do you want help putting it up here? It's heavy. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Jesse, a huge congratulations for winning the 2023 U.S. National Championship. You are the winner. How does it feel? How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm super happy, of course, and really surprised because there were such wonderful artists. So I feel really surprised and delighted.
I am surprised and delighted at all of the work created tonight, but I'm not surprised that you won. That was an excellent pair of paintings, and you really just wowed us with your technique, your color palette, and your expression of those animals. How did you choose what you were going to paint for tonight's event?
Well, I wanted to do my local animals, of course, and I love my rabbits and my bisons. But then since I'm here in Florida, it was a good excuse to do something else. So I really love doing the flamingo with the pinks. And of course, the blue heron is always fun too.
Yeah. I loved watching those characters emerging, and especially that moment where you did that pink swipe to express the neck of the flamingo. Oh my gosh, just such technique, so inspired, and just so happy for you. What does it mean to move forward from representing Texas to now potentially, or now representing the U.S. in the international championships coming up?
I hadn't thought about it, but it's a pretty big deal now.
It's a pretty big deal, and you've definitely earned it. Just congratulations on such a stunning performance.
Thank you,
what was your favorite part of the night other than being announced as the winner?
Oh, well, I mean, actually painting is amazing.
Mhm.
But also, like, during the second round and then standing around talking with the other artists and watching the other artists,
Yeah.
it was so fun.
Oh, man. Just so happy for you, Jessie. We're yay! And just so grateful for you to travel all of this way, representing Texas as a state and now representing the United States as a country.
That's right.
Do you have anything to say to our audience at home?
No, I just really appreciate that everyone watched and voted, and it's so fun, and I hope you all enjoyed it as well.
And Jessie, where can we find you online for our audience that wants to keep looking at your work?
So on Instagram, I'm JM Baggett, and then I do have a website called jessiebaggett.art.
Perfection.
Yes.
Amazing. So happy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us for the 2023 U.S. National Championship. It has been a real wild ride of incredible techniques and art being expressed over the course of the evening. And we are so grateful to One Daytona for bringing us to Daytona Beach for this very special event, and to all of the audience members who watched and voted, and to all of the artists who painted over the season, the hundreds of paintings that were created to get to this moment and crown our winner of the U.S. National Championship. So thank you so much, everyone,
Yes.
and good
Thank
night.
you.